It's good. We weren't live when you said that, Josh, so well timed.
Dang it.
Nice try. Okay, I need to run.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just need to run upstairs and grab something.
Yeah, I got to run upstairs too, but you did, Pat, beat Biggie Paw in the chat. You are first in the chat, at least as I see it.
There we are. Prepare extract. There we go. Okay.
Oh, that's why it's not showing up. I was like, what the heck is happening? Usually as soon as I type Twitch, Blue Box comes up. There it is. Whoop, there it is.
Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is.
Okay, let's close this.
Freak. Just trying to think what sort of mixtures to prepare.
Oh, thank you very much, Vivi.
You're very welcome.
Hello, lovely Manda. Vivi, I finally responded to you in Discord. Did you see that?
I saw it.
Yeah,
Thank
I was
you.
I meant what I said. Like it came back like 4 or 5 times to do it, and I'm like, no, that's not. No. So I finally had to do it.
Do you know what? It's not necessary. I always just send these messages just because I don't feel like the need to respond if you knew. Just give me like a little heart just so I know that you read it, and that's all that matters to me. I don't need a response.
You're too sweet. Thank you.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Dang it, there's just too much you can do that I don't want to not prepare that spell. I hate being a spellcaster. I like being able to just swing and hit stuff. Like, it's really... Yeah.
Terry, can you take off your headphones and tip your head forward? I want to see your hair. What? It's so green. You're muted.
It's green, so hold on. Let me turn off.
No, don't turn it off. It's so cool.
Turn off my back. So
I love it.
Oh, I guess that's because your background keeps kind of blending into it.
Yeah.
Oh,
so if I do
look
this,
like a stormy gray, and
it did, yeah.
I do this, and I do
so cool.
this.
Yeah.
Okay. So
what
that's
a hottie.
Ooh, and beardless too.
Armageddon up in
However,
here.
mustache. Can we talk about mustache, Cherry, for a minute? Like, I stan, 100% stan. Like, let's do. You can. Not lots of people can rock a mustache only and not look like. You know what I mean?
Creepy.
Yeah.
Creepy? Yeah. Like, I stand mustache too.
I don't think I sent you guys my progression pictures of my
I do have your Hulk Hogan one too during when you were shaving on stream.
Oh yeah, the Hulk Hogan one was
Yeah.
I did yet again another one. So here's the first one because I can't send multiple all at the same time. There's the one where I had the full beard. Then there's Dwarven Josh.
It's so cute. I love it. This is the best too. That one is amazing.
That looks like the guy from the motorcycle show.
Oh, what's his name?
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I just can't think of the name. Oh,
Okay.
that's the best. That one right there. That last one you said was amazing.
Uns hello.
Uns hello. Josh needs to do handlebars again, says Fraley.
I actually think I look good with the mustache, and I'm kind of disappointed I didn't keep the mustache. Maciek also can really rock a mustache.
Oh, yes, he can. 100% he can.
All right, all you need to stop flexing on me. We who are follically challenged don't need this kind of mocking.
Oh, follically.
That's amazing.
I was like, oh.
Oh, there's a Rory sighting. Huzzah!
Oh, Rory.
Thank you, everybody that's already in the chat. Hey, Vancouver by night. Hey, Eversol, Manda, of course. We are at Patrick. Looking forward to seeing you on Thursday, Patrick. Toriano, good to see you as well, my friend. Pat, of course, was first, and then the other Pat. Hope your knee's okay, Patrick. Hello, Hob. I did not get what I was supposed to get today, Bianca. Did I miss it, or is it there? If it's there, I might still be able to put it in.
Okay, listen. Please tell me you have my.
I have yours. I have yours.
Yes, I've been dying. Because I want to.
Elora, I didn't have Elora, and I thought I was going to get it today. I didn't see it yet, but maybe it's there. Hey, Moose, good to see you as well, my friend. Jerry, hello. By the way, we're getting quicker this year with giveaways. So all the giveaways that went out were won last week are going out tomorrow, and it is one of my changes in our process to be much quicker with our giveaways. It's all been done. All right, so is it in my email, Bob, or is it? I'll look again. I didn't see it.
Bob's like, what's happening?
Sometimes her email can be wonky. Or your email. Never mind.
I just got it. There it is. Came at 4:57. You talk about, so you were like I was in high school, Bianca, when I would walk into the classroom and hand my paper to the teacher and say, handle with asbestos gloves, hot off the press. Let me download this. I'm going to get, so everyone's going to have to be, you don't have to, please be a little bit patient with us because we are going to do some final scene setup here. It's been a good, month?
Hot minute.
Yeah, I thought hot minute when I went to month.
With Terry, it's been even hotter.
Since we
We
last
missed you,
played.
Terry. Can you tell?
I'm so lonely.
So much
I
crying.
have anyone to kiss on New Year's.
I literally was asleep at like 10. Does my audio sound good? I feel like it's breaking up on my end, but I don't know if that's
Sounds
just
great
my
here.
headphones. Okay. I think it's my headphones. Hang on. Oh, and it looks as though, because my cat keeps chewing.
Your cat should keep chewing. That's a thing cats do, and
I know
they need to eat.
She keeps chewing on this part, and I think that's part of the issue.
Rory!
Right.
We have a Rory sighting.
Rory, you're muted.
Yeah, I just realized that. So what I said was dogs and cats chew on wires because coconut oil is used with them to keep them flexible.
Wow, thank you
and they
for today's random fact. I had no
Yeah.
idea.
Actually?
You
Yeah.
learn something new every day.
That or I've been
crazy.
misinformed for a couple of months.
Somebody was just lying to you.
I gotta start chewing on wires more. Get your
Yeah, you
coconut
get some
oil,
free
guys.
coconut oil and
Yeah.
some BHAs in there.
Yeah, just
Your
like
diet?
rub yourself with cords.
Yeah. I think that's something else though, but
That's okay.
Are you sure that's funded?
Okay, all right. So, as you entertain the viewers, I'm going to set up all the different camera views, make sure everybody is properly clipped. Okay, so that needs to go here.
It's like I haven't played in like a long time.
You all look
I'm
so
feeling
beautiful.
I'm feeling giggly.
You all
I'm
look
feeling-
so
I'm always feeling
good. All right, that's good. And that's good. And that's good. Oh my gosh. Could
I should work at Hooters.
It's all this. What? I'm sorry, Josh. What?
Yeah, it's all looking good.
Everything's
Right?
looking great. What?
All right. Okay.
Josh.
So, you're a mess, Josh. You are a
I
mess.
am. I didn't sleep last night
At all?
at all.
Oh, okay, everyone. Blue Box, this is going to be a fantastic session today. And
Josh
yes,
is delirious.
he
I
is
just didn't
delirious.
sleep. Like, I don't know why. I just didn't.
And we are at 33 viewers, 4 minutes in, and we haven't even started yet. We have the most amazing fans in the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you, all of you. All right, so let me do some things here. I'm almost done.
Well, John does that. I'll go ahead and enlighten you guys in a wonderful another fact.
What is it?
I don't know if it was last week or the week before, because again, it's been a hot minute, long day or something. But I was so prepped to play our last game.
Mm-hmm.
I had a wonderful cup of milk, a half of a family pack of Oreos that I was gonna double dunk and eat, and I had to do it without you guys.
I'm sorry.
That whole pack. He would have ate that whole pack in one sitting too.
Yeah,
100%.
I literally woke up, saw that the stream was canceled, and just laid back down, chugged a bit more of like NyQuil, and just went out.
Were you sick lately?
Yeah, I've had COVID.
Oh,
Well, who hasn't had COVID in the last few weeks? I mean, Omicron is sweeping the nation.
Yeah.
I know so many people. I think I had it last week, but I'm isolated, so no one cares.
It
why does
feels-
Omicron sound like some
Hello.
science fiction name?
Yeah, seriously. I keep calling it Omnicron on accidentally, like Omnicron.
Right there, hon. Right there.
That almost makes it sound like a
Over by the sink
Transformer
over
thing.
here.
Exactly.
See it? That green one?
Somebody pointed out to me the other day that what is it? It's not. It's not a. What's the term for a word when you mix up the letters and makes it not an amalgam?
An acronym?
No, an anagram.
Anagram.
Anagram. So, anagram for Omicron is moronic.
Ah,
I don't know if anybody knows who Omarion is, but I was just laughing
Of
at
course
that
we
because people
do.
started calling it.
All right. So I've got to talk to Hob. Evelyn, you need to know your character art now is officially going to be the most intrusive in all of Blue Box history because of the giant braid that dangles down and is going to cover my logos and everything else. But it looks,
Yes.
Perfect.
It looks glorious.
Hey,
All right.
well, my
I
next
cannot
character.
wait to see her. She's going to be beautiful.
My
I know
next
that.
character is gonna have even longer hair. He's just
Make,
gonna be
make
like
sure you get
Cousin
some
Ed.
like Marge hair.
Oh yeah. It's gonna go up
We're gonna
and fountain down.
Everybody pick a direction. One
Yeah.
person's hair is going to go up. One person's hair is going to go far left. One person's
All
gonna
right.
go-
So here
Far
we go. Yeah. Here we go. Let's see if I've got this right. And welcome to Blue Box Greyhawk Awakening, the first of 2022. You are now to be not only heard, but also seen.
Now you see me, now you don't.
I am
Don't
joined
modify it,
today
Hob. Leave
by
it exactly the way it
Elora,
is.
played by Evelyn.
Yeah.
Phelan, played by Josh. Tall, Dar, and Handsome, played by our own Terry.
Holy
Magic
crap.
ED. We have Rory, playing Anaho, and also Vivi, who plays the unmistakably
I see you in the
Mizia.
corner.
And-
Taldar, you look dope.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I just fell in love.
Yeah, seriously.
I know.
Well,
If I knew he looked like that, I would have been acting much more
100%.
different.
I'm changing my tune real quick.
Oh no, Taldar, I just
Oh,
dropped
I'm
my
sorry.
spell book again.
Okay. Woo! All right. So now you guys have made me blush and laugh, and we haven't even started yet. Welcome to all of our fans. Thank you so much for joining us. We have been way too long without our Greyhawk Awakening. We've had some great streams on Rune Lords on Sundays. Thank you everyone that joined us this last weekend. We had a great day. Tomorrow night, we have a Lore Masters Arcanum featuring Phantom NJ, as Robert, and then of course Chandler Markov, and I'm going to be joined by They Call Me Tim, or the Ever Mysterious Tim, and the topic tomorrow night is, Evelyn, you tell us.
TPKs and killing PCs.
No, it's total party kills, TPKs, and the subtle art of killing PCs. That's going to be a fun session tomorrow
John's
night. Join us.
I'm not taking the sting out of it, John.
Yeah, is it supposed to be subtle?
Yes, no, that's the point. It must be subtle. If it's overt, well, we'll talk about that tomorrow night. We've
That's
got
what
some,
she said.
Wow, it didn't take long. Well done. So you could see in this shot, Evelyn, Laura's hair is dangling down all the way into my DM screen, but I'm going to allow that. Also, you'll see I've frozen the lightning on all of your views. Terry, you mentioned that was distracting previously, and also I've noticed that it was actually pulling a GPU load on my machine. So
Makes sense.
only my own screen, which I might kill that later too, I just didn't get to it, is still doing the lightning effect. But welcome, 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 one and all. Now, let me kill this background music here, and let's get down to business.
To defeat the hunts. Okay.
All right. As we get started tonight, we want to talk about our sponsors. We'll do this very quickly because we're going to get to gaming as quickly as we possibly can. But we always want to thank our sponsors. And we have many great sponsors. Let's see if the audio works on these guys tonight. Here we go. So, first sponsor we'll talk about tonight is Ferox Fabrication, our sponsor of the week. Audio sounds good to me. Good to you? Darren has some new stuff coming to us this week. We're going to have new mini painting holders. His new Evolution series coming here. I do not take pleasure in that, Toriano. That's not true. It's just an important part of the game. Donald Unicron. I like that. Man, if this doesn't get you in the mood for gaming, I don't know what does. I'm psyched. I'm ready to game. Thanks, Josh. Me too. Hello, Kayla. Thank you to Ferox Fabrications. But then what about Cozy Gamer?
I didn't realize that.
We love
Are
her
you
dice.
alright?
They roll so well. And they're so
How do you know
pretty.
you haven't been streaming for a while?
Exactly. Hey, just expect your Greyhawk Awakening folks to be a bit punch-drunk tonight. We're all so excited to be streaming together. It's been so long. Cozy Gamer Dice. Check them out and buy some dice. Buy some dice! Mantic Games, Kings of War, and Terrain Crate. Buy some dice, you fools! Exactly, Hager. I like big battles and I cannot lie. Thank you to Terrain Crate, great folks, great sponsor. We also have Trollord Games, and I'm going to get a video with them. And of course, our newest sponsor, Bianca Cowboy Hob, who has done all of this gorgeous artwork you're seeing here. So let's talk about Cowboy Hob for a moment. Josh, you introduced her to me, and check this stuff out. Let me pull the order up here. Let me see what I want to show first. You've seen, let's show some of the ones you've already seen. So here is our good friend, Phelan. Phelan the Alchemist, with all of his various alchemical concoctions upon his belt, and the street lights of Relastra behind him, looking somewhat ominous, but also quite dashing. Well done, lad. Then we've also seen Anaho. And Anaho has gotten quite a friendly countenance He's a cute little guy, and actually it's tough because the scene is too tall for him, so he cuts off on my views because he's only 2 feet 11 inches tall, but he looks great, and he's got that really fancy dagger. Looks really, really good. All right, then we have. Let's go. Rizia. Rizia in all her glory. Look at that.
She's so beautiful. I love her so much. Can we zoom in, please, and then like just go all the way down?
Okay, all right. So we'll start with the feet. There we go.
Okay.
You can see the. Oh, she's got. Yeah, look at that. Good. And then.
That's so damn cool.
Oh, I love the belt. Look at that belt. That is
Attention to detail,
wicked.
like chef's kiss. Always on point. Always on point.
Always on point. Thank you, Cowboy Hob. Hob, you are the best. And then up through look at that. Like just, and somehow,
Gorgeous.
honestly, I never would have figured out how to make you look like a half-orc, Vivi, but she
There
did it.
I am.
She did it. It's so cool. So that is our Rizia. And then we have next, Taldar. Oh my gosh. Everyone is in love with this character, obviously. Look at him.
Yes, same thing. Zoom in. Just scroll really slow. Cue seductive music.
Go a lot slower with this one. Go a lot slower with this one.
We need music. We need background music.
I need
And there it is. Look at that. Look at that glorious pectoral muscle and nipple. You can see.
Singular.
Sorry, I can't. I just can't. The tattoos are awesome. Unfortunately, the axe is in the way, but it is a glorious axe.
The axe is in the way.
And look how cool he is. We love him. We love our tall, and handsome. He is a fan favorite. Yes. And then the newest of all of these.
Gosh, he looks
Yes,
so
you're
good.
right, Josh. Cue the Marvin Gaye.
Spicy.
All right. And then last but not least, the newest, we have Elora. And let's show both her face. Oh, isn't she just the cutest? Look at that.
She's been decapitated.
Oh, she's so pretty.
So pretty.
Oh,
That'd be
Look at that.
cool.
And
He
you got-
allowed you to play a floating head.
The rose.
wow, amazing.
The
Actually has
rose.
that on
That's
her
just,
head.
that looks so cool. And then
Body of a squirrel.
the full.
She looks exactly as
shot.
she sounds.
There she is.
She looks exactly as she sounds.
She does.
Wow.
All right, let's zoom in.
Wow, look at her. Lilith would
God.
love her. Like, love her. She's
Yeah.
like, hi, we're best friends now.
That'd be so sick.
Now her statement of the whole balance
Okay.
and fist is so much
but-
scarier.
This is ridiculous.
Look at that.
Honestly.
It is.
So
It is.
freaking, she's so freaking talented.
She is
This
super talented. And
like
so
crazy.
And she said, like, things have been going well for her lately, and hopefully she continues to blow up. But if you're watching this stream today or a
Hi.
week from now or 2 weeks from now, you need to check out Cowboy Hob. Hob is amazing. Such a fantastically talented artist, and we love your artwork. And let's go back, though, one more time before we move on.
Ridiculously talented and
gosh,
ridiculous.
look at Just massive amounts of
You
talent.
know what I'm
Honestly,
feeling?
like it is just insane.
Just
insane.
thick talent. That's just massive.
Thick, luscious
Girthy
talent.
talent.
Girthy, nipply talent.
This perky talent.
Girthy, nipply. Okay, mark that down. That is it. Girthy and nipply. All right, we're actually going to play some D&D tonight.
That's the new name of this episode, Girthy and Nipply. Welcome, everyone, to Greyhawk Awakening. Not the only thing that's wakening.
Okay, all right. Now, quickly, let's get to some gaming. I think people came here to watch us play D&D. Also, by the way, an interesting note, I filled up my old graph pad. I've had this graph pad for years, and every single page now is filled with initiatives and notes and whatnot. So I'm on a new graph pad here tonight, fresh. And we're going to do a giveaway tonight of a Tailspire license. We're also going to do a mini giveaway. I'm pretty sure we're going to hit our viewer goal tonight. And then we have upcoming Blue Box Con in mid-May. Sign up if you have not signed up. Josh, have you signed up? All right. Oh my goodness, Phelan. What a horrible trap you've fallen in. So sad, your early demise. So sign up for Blue Box Con, please. And also, we have our charity stream coming up in February with Lord Gazumba, all in honor of St. Jude's. Now, Evelyn, keep it as brief as you can, but give it a little bit of space and license, because we have not played in a month. What happened last time? And the main reason I want to do this tonight is because I don't remember what happened last time.
Well, we started off with the majority of the party, that being Taldar, Phelan, and Rizia, in the dungeons with the spider. They had been left to their own devices, though had been marked previously by Drax. And basically started off with Phelan giving the spider basically super coffee in the form of a potion. He woke her up and began threatening her quite a bit. And Rizia basically decided she liked his style. At that point, we saw a much darker side of Phelan, and in that moment, he got real dark. But he basically told the spider, that she can either come with them or not. It didn't matter to him. But that basically she wouldn't be getting in the way. Because that would be kind of her doom in this whole situation. They were not particularly happy with her because, she sort of poisoned everybody. And so, but as they were preparing to leave the dungeons, a white stone of some sort came falling down the stairs and kind of fell into the floor. And everybody kind of avoided touching it. Phelan did just end up scooping it up and taking it with him to investigate later. And so then the scene went back to Anaho and Alora in the street, where the nights are apparently very short in Real Astra. And we quickly went from being in the middle of the night to the dawn.
You really had to call that out, didn't you, Evelyn? Wow, nicely done. Well, yeah. All right.
Hey, you asked me what happened last time. And Naho basically again reiterated that it wasn't safe to continue to be out in the streets, so they should get in somewhere soon, though he did not want to go back to Vane Roberts' chains after everything that had happened there, especially with the guard kind of storming in and it being kind of the point where they held their ground. So he decided to find a different place that might be familiar. So he took Alora along with him to another tavern, which was, I can't remember the name of it right now. But okay. But then the rest of the party, as Alora and Anaho went into this bar and kind of began talking, Laura did reveal to Anaho that she did know how to detect poison and things, and he was like, well, that's going to be pretty good, since that seems to be a thing to be careful about around here with your food and drink. And he actually shared with her where he was from, though she only told him that she was from very far away and she was not from the area. She had been traveling for quite a while. And the others kind of came into town, got back into the barbarian quarter of town, I should say. And they, Rizia went straight for the melons. There was a lot of melon bargaining that happened, trying to remember what she had previously paid for her melons and to get a good deal, because the guy was wanting her to pay 1 gold for 2, and she didn't want to do that. She ended up showing him, and actually they had all except for Taldar had wrapped their marks up because the spider thought it might potentially be dangerous for them to have those seen. I completely forgot. the nuns on the way
Yep.
back to the market, they did encounter another of these doomsayer type people that was sitting in the street, speaking of sort of these like end time situations, and they kind of took note of that. But then these strange nun type women came up to them that were quite frightening, and they were called heretics by the nuns, and especially when they saw the marks, they were not very happy with these three people from the party and the spider. So they, exchanged their remaining words. But then, yes, they continue on into the marketplace. Rizia was getting her melons. And Phelan did say that he needed to go back to the Lady's Luck to get some items before that he could meet back up with everybody else. And then Alora ordered some food and bourbon in the bar, and then eventually the rest of the party managed to make their way to the bar. They discussed some things back and forth. The spider kind of lurking in behind everybody, though not going too far away. And eventually, when Alora realized that the spider was the one that had actually poisoned everybody, threatened her a little bit with her spike growth on her hands, the party was basically kind of deciding, are we going to do this thing that we've been sent to do, or is there even a point to it? We probably are just going to die anyway. So there was a lot of back and forth about that, and basically eventually it was decided that yes, they were going to continue on, but some things needed to be gotten. But Taldor and Alora both stated that they were ready just to be out of town. They did not want to be here anymore.
Yeah, Taldar seemed like super eager to get out of town. Like he was almost running out the gates.
Yeah. And so the others, particularly Phelan and Anaho, said that they needed supplies because Anaho ended up naked in the tavern after Phelan had been experimenting with some of his potions on Anaho, and so he needed new supplies and gear. So he got that taken care of. That's in the Discord if you don't know what I'm talking about. There was a lot of RP purchasing of things in the our Discord channels, so go check those out if you missed any of that. But yes, so Phelan picked up some stuff, Anahu picked up some stuff, and that's where we basically ended last time.
Yeah, well done. So the chat inside the Discord is really good, and if any has not seen it, just go ahead and pop in our Discord. You can see there's snip threads, there's Tom's Candy Shop, I think, or so there's several really good Discord, and they're like 20, 25 different messages. It takes a few minutes, and it'll really help you catch up with these players. And we like that text-based RP between sessions, particularly when they're in town. We did the same thing in Book 1 with Hamlet. With all that said, let's go through our player introductions and we'll jump right into tonight's game. And let's start with you tonight, Vivi.
I'm not ready. 1 second. Hello, my name is Vivi. I play Rizia. She is a level 2 barbarian, lover of melons. Very curious of what the heck we're gonna do now. She wants to get the heck out of this town, this godforsaken town. And now just kind of looking at Taldor with new eyes, apparently, because damn. Puts melon down. Oh, hello.
Call has been replaced. All right, let's go to Rory. Tell us about Anaho.
All right, yeah, so I'm Rory, and I play Anaho. He is all of 2'11". He has crystal blue eyes, shoulder-length hair, black hair, and you can slightly see some tattoos that poke out of his shirt. Otherwise, you'd probably think, and maybe at this time appropriately, that he is a child. He just has a very young looking demeanor as a halfling, often confused for that by those who don't know him. He comes from far away. Some know, some don't. And he just recently had to buy a whole new wardrobe because, as was described, all of them were shredded as he grew to be like 5'9" for a brief moment. So he understood what it was like to be tall there for a second. To be a whole person and not a half of one.
Well done.
And is still currently looking for just a couple random items.
Yeah, and I think, again, you saw what I did there with the enlarge spell, and of course I know what the rule book says, but as a DM, it's fun to have fun. And so your first time casting, you don't have it all exactly right, you shred your garments, that creates a great moment, and then as we get on, we'll get back with the rule book. But that's a fun way to play.
Yeah, of course.
Things. So I want every DM out there to think about that. You don't have to just go by the rule book. You can make the game fun and interesting. As I would not have killed Anaho, constrict him with his own necktie and he dies because but if it's a fun role play moment,
we should do that next.
All right, Terry.
Yes, I am Machigidi. I play Toldar, and I am a level 2 barbarian, and I'm ready to get out of this town.
Wait, I'm sorry. I was supposed to put you up on the screen there. Toldar. There he is. Admire him once more in all his glory.
No.
I mean, I like them all, Hob, but this is my favorite. This, when I saw this, I was like, wow. It's such a fantastic rendering. All right.
Okay, but can we just talk about his beard? It's very reminiscent of Terry's beard, too. Just minus, the gray streaks.
It kind of reminds me of an owl.
It does.
All right, Phelan.
Okay, sorry, what?
So I have a commitment. So I took all the suggestions from our Lore Masters Arcanum. One of the suggestions that came in afterwards was from Tim to make our introductions quicker, more brief, and we're going to do that, but just not today because we haven't played in a month, so we need this time. We're celebrating the artwork. We're getting everybody acclimated again, so we are going to be faster in future sessions. Phelan, go ahead. I'm sorry. Elora, go ahead.
Yes, so I play Laura, and she is a level 1 druid, half elf, and she is also ready to be out of this town. Yes.
Isn't she lovely? Whoops, wrong one. No, you're lovely too. Isn't she wonderful? All right, great. All right, and then who's missing? Rizia. We haven't done Rizia yet, right?
Yes, you did me first.
Okay, then I've got everybody, right?
Phelan. You didn't do Phelan.
I thought I called on... Okay, Phelan, go ahead, please.
Okay. Hi, guys. I'm NPC Voices on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch. I play Phelan. He is a half-elf, second-level alchemist who is still figuring out quite a lot. He's much better at making flasks or bombs, but he's still figuring out spell components and how potions are made and mutagens, as well as possible future fun stuff that he's trying to make. But he's somewhat ready to get out of this city, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, well done. And as we prep to get started tonight, I'm going to ask my players, particularly those that were active in the Discord, which would be you, Phelan, you, Anaho, you, Rizia, you, Evelyn. I don't think I saw too much of Toldar in the Discord. Please catch up the fans quickly on the purchases and the stuff that happened during that time. I'm going to go warm up my coffee. I'll be right back downstairs, and we're going to kick it off in just a moment.
So far, there hasn't been a lot of purchases.
Not a lot done. Sadly, a lot of the shops that Phelan would have needed,
they don't currently exist. So if you're looking to run a shop, you talk to Evelyn, I would imagine. But
Evelyn gave me the go-ahead on all the items. She told me it would cost a copper each.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful deal.
Oh, she's incredible.
So what you're saying is John left us so you guys could tell about all the things you bought, but you bought nothing.
Well, kind of, because for one, I had to hassle the crap out of Josh to get him to actually do this.
But did you buy anything?
And then
that's what we want to know.
Anaho had a zone out moment over the space of multiple days. And I didn't quite communicate well. So
did Anaho we buy anything?
Yeah.
I'm going to say
in
yes.
The corner
Anaho
with her arms crossed. She did not buy nothing except for melons.
Anaho went to, what was it called? Threads? Split ends?
Phelan would have gone to all his usual shops to pick up his usual bits and ends for this journey.
You would have, but you didn't. You sent me as your errand boy.
Yeah, because that's what you said. You said you were willing to help.
And he bought nothing.
And he bought next to nothing, so I was like, okay.
No.
Phelan goes out to get the rest.
Phelan bought some poison ivy and some other herbs. Anaho bought some as well. Like, hey, that's an interesting idea. But also got a whole new get up from Snip Threads. But we are still currently looking for weapons and armor. But yeah, we got little knickknacks, you could say. I mean, we got a little stuff. And
Phelan has picked up some vegetables, meats, some simple cookware, knives for skinning and preparing meat, map of the northern areas, parchment, ink, charcoal, belladonna berries, or belladonna poison ivy leaves, gum sap, spool of twine, small bells, small wooden canisters, a sling, ball bearings, and gourd bottles. Oh, as well as, black powder. Just a little bit of that.
That's it.
Let's see. Back. To answer the direct question, I got some chalk, some rations, some ink and a pen, or ink stick and paper. But yeah, just looking for some weapons and some armor, really. And arrows. I mean, I suppose I could throw arrows into that list, but I don't know the cost on them, so I didn't.
Well, anything like that. So for all the players, if it is, you can find it in the player's handbook. I'm fine with going with, if you have PHB 1E, ideally. If it's anything you find in 5E, double it, because that tends to be a lower sense of economy. And so, yes, you've had ample time. This is going to now be 2 days. No, let's call it a day and a half, because you left in the evening. It's now going to be late afternoon. Go ahead, Josh.
Nope, sorry, stretching.
It's now late afternoon in the city of Relastra. Relastra, of course, not precisely a crown jewel. It is the domain of Drax, the Invulnerable, and his fiend sage on the eastern coast of the Flyness. Go ahead, Terry.
A quick question. You're saying it's been a day and a half since we first started, or day and a half since everybody went shopping?
I'm saying, like, you left in the sort of early morning, mid-morning out of Drax. Now it is the afternoon of the next day. All the shopping, all of the gathering of things. So it's the afternoon of the next day.
So,
and if you would have left,
as soon as the discussion happened, is there a place close enough? Taldar would not have stayed in the city. He would have gone to the nearest gate and hung out outside the city.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of thought you might say that. All right. So Taldar, then you left. You went outside to a gate. Let's call it the western gate of the city, southwestern gate of the city. It's the gate you came in. All right. And so you have been camped out there waiting. Anyone else doing? Go ahead.
Laura would have left as well when Taldar did, because she didn't want to stay in town any longer either.
Okay, but now had Laura and Taldar met yet? I'm trying to.
No, but
we were in the bar.
We'd spoken to each other, but the point was that she had made it clear that she wasn't wanting to stay any longer, and so would have also. But she would not be like camping near him. She would have probably taken up her own space.
Okay, all right, that works. And then Anaho, Rizia, and Phelan. Go ahead, Anaho.
Yeah, so we don't have a shop for it, but I was looking for a type of armor and a weapon or two. So I don't know if they're accessible in the city.
Sure.
Versus just saying, double the PHB.
Yeah. So no. What are you looking for?
Well, I'm not too sure, but leather most likely.
Yeah, that's fine.
According to here,
armor.
that like hide or leather, because I'm not wanting to take a disadvantage.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, you shouldn't take disadvantage with leather. But basic leather is fine for thieves. If you're seeing anything different, I will override that. Studded leather and anything heavier can become an issue, but leather is
Right. Yeah, that's what I was seeing in at least the app, like studded leather. And then I was also seeing chainmail, but I figured there might be a disadvantage.
No, you
with
go
that,
chainmail,
so.
it's too heavy. Yep.
Yep. So studded leather, is there a cost for that then, or just?
Yeah. No, it's free. People just hand it out. No.
I got that. I chose bad words.
Yeah. So go back to the 1E. You can Google it, or somebody can pop it in the chat here, and you've got enough gold. And then whatever basic weapons, nothing magical. But if you want short swords, long swords, crossbows, bows, arrows, bolts, any of that stuff is easily found here in the Barbarian Quarter of Relastra.
Okay, so I'll look up all that. Then I just have one question because I saw it and I thought it was really interesting. Called a sling staff that halflings apparently use.
Yep.
Is that available here too? It
yes.
seems pretty basic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. That just sounded cool.
It's just a staff with a leather thong on top, and you could use to sling, and that would be easily found. Yes.
Okay.
All right, Rizia, anything for you? Nope. Phelan, you had quite a few things that you were doing.
I had a lot. I subtracted 30 silver. If you want me to subtract 50 silver instead, I can subtract 50 silver instead. It was just a long list of stuff that Phelan would have gone around, grabbed from the different shops he's used to.
That's fine, yes.
Cool. And like we talked about last time, we were trying to get out tonight as quickly as possible so that the Taldar didn't go on ahead.
All right, so you are living through a sweltering summer afternoon. Even here on the coast, this summer afternoon is quite warm. The sea air barely gives respite from the beating down of the sun. It's late afternoon now. The shadows of the city of Relastra and the Barbarian Quarter architecture cast over your cobblestone streets. And the three of you gather back inside the marketplace, just a few 100 feet away from Lady Luck and also from the melon producer. And it is Anaho, Rizia, and Phelan standing in the shadows of Relastra.
All right, I have everything that I need. Thank you very much for waiting. I should be good to go.
What about you, Rizia? Any more melons or anything?
Not a half bad idea. And then she'll kind of wander over back to the melon stand guy.
Okay.
You said it's been a day and a half, right? So I probably ate all the melons that I bought.
Yeah, you can. So
Okay.
you push your way through the press. It's a fairly busy marketplace here late in the afternoon. All the scents, all the sounds, the bustling. Some things fresh, some things maybe perhaps overly fresh or overly ripe. Are you following her, Anaho and Phelan?
Yeah, Anaho is. I'm sure there's something in the market. He'll just keep an eye out for any kind of dyes, especially red dye in particular, for reasons. Otherwise, he's just following her.
Okay, Phelan?
Phelan's following.
All right, you move deeper into the market. You see the melon man. The melon man. This is Rizia. As you walk up to him, you can see he has a fresh supply. He's had a new shipment come in. He looks up at you again. So good to see you again. You are my melon consumer. I will give you all that you wish to have. I have many more of the green and orange striped ones, but I also have some of these fresh, bright yellow melons which come from the northern places in the barbarian areas. Not the quarters here, no, but actually in the barbarian area. Are you interested in this?
Is it any good?
everywhere I have is good. You think I offer anything that which not be good? That is, I would never say that one as beautiful as you could insult me, but no, certainly these are all good.
With the as the words beautiful come out of his mouth, she's kind of just like scoffing at him because it's like she's never been called beautiful before. And she's like, okay, just hand over the melons. I'll take one of each.
All right, so he pulls out 4 different melons, 2 which are of the green and orange striped, 2 of the bright yellow, and he says, as is normal, the usual price. This is only 2 gold for you. You are my special customer. You get the best prices.
And she'll just hand him the 2 gold.
All right, you have 4 more melons, 2 green and orange striped, 2 bright yellow. Thank you, Renreb. Advantage DM. That is 5 advantages. Plus, I had one earlier from, I think it was Electron, if I caught it correctly. Yeah, thank you, Jay. 35 gold for studded leather, 25 gold for regular 2020. That's exactly what PHE 1E would be. All right, you now have a sack full of melons.
And Anaho would just be looking to see if there's any kind of dye around. I don't know if any of these shops carry.
Well, so you're in the if you look here at the screen, you'll see you're sort of in the marketplace quarter. Mm-hmm. No one has things which could easily dry out in the sun. That would be more of an alchemy shop. You're not going to find dyes here in the marketplace.
Okay, that works. So, do you know which gate they went to?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, well, either one of you, really. Phelan, Rizia?
We would know. We would know which gate they headed to and where they'd be waiting for us.
Yes, you would.
Wait, as long as we don't have to see the things on the other side of the wall, I'm happy. So,
Rizia,
yes, yeah, what?
Impressive sack.
Thanks.
Looks good on you.
Thanks. She kind of carries it over her shoulder and just.
Also, I bought a bit of salted meats and vegetables in my bag. I did not grab fruit, so good that you grabbed the melons.
Of course.
You didn't buy any rations?
I did. I bought 3 days worth of rations, but that's more as a last resort. That's like hardtack and more dried meats, stuff like that. I like to cook.
You're very picky, aren't you?
I just enjoy cooking, and if possible, I'd like to make a warm meal as long as we can have one until we have to go more to the longer. You can see Phelan's like super tired. Once again, like even in the text roleplay, I talked about like the dark rings under his eyes. He's exhausted and his words are taking a little bit longer to get out. More preserved foods.
Nicely done. Well done. All right. So, and also thank you to Renreb, to Pat Draws, and to Pat66. We're close to a hype train already, and I appreciate all the support. You guys are amazing. Carry on.
Shall we? Phelan will turn, pop up his hood, and walk through the streets, keeping an eye on his belongings, leading the way out.
As you begin to move out, anything different for you, Rizia, or for you, Anaho?
Just as per usual for Anaho, he watches people everywhere he's at, see what stands out. Otherwise, that's it, just following.
All right, I'll say one thing that you note, Anaho, is that after your admonitions, you never saw the spider again. The spider did not return with the poisons you requested. You have not seen anything of her.
Good to know.
Are we really surprised, though?
Well, remember, she has the same glyph that you have. So, for all of our viewers, each of these players, with the exception of Anaho, has been branded with a glyph by Drax the Invulnerable of Relastra, which indicates they have 30 days to complete a mission or they will die. The spider, who was captured along with them, also has the same glyph, but when she was sent away to gather poisons by Anaho, she has not returned.
Okay.
You make your way through the streets of the city, again, wiping sweat from your brow. It seems as though the seas are giving no breeze, Bars. You are just sweltering in this heat, and as you come toward the southeastern gates, you see some bored-looking guards look up at you. Are you taking any goods out of the city? Anything custom which should not be brought? Any illegal goods, drugs?
No.
Huh? Nothing we shouldn't. Heading towards the barbarian tribes.
When you say this, thank you, Sparky. The one of the two guards on the left, he looks up at you. Who would ever go and talk to the barbarian tribes? That seems a bit dishonest. Are you trying to fool us?
They've got good fruit. Have you not had the local melons?
Now they're very suspicious. The
She's got lemons in her.
The melons
in
come
her
from the
hands.
south.
I thought we had talked about that the melons, there was the growth of produce from the barbarian tribes in the north.
Well, all the melons I've referenced came from Sundi, from the swamps, actually connected to the Overgord one shot I did. It was all sort of interconnected. Now, if I misspoke at one point, it's fine. Let's not over.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's fine. So, thank you very much, everyone. He looks up at you. Oh, Patrick, good to see you. Thank you, Zach. All right, fine then. On with you. You leave the bustling sounds of Relastra behind. As you move outside the city, you see there are roads of packed dirt, wagons and feet moving back and forth, casting up dust all around. One heads to the north, one heads to the south. You see a small encampment off right at the crux, where there is a massive, recognizable barbarian sitting. And then a few hundred yards to the south, you can see another encampment where Anaho's new friend resides.
Laura, you in Taldar? Hey. How has it been out here?
Much more pleasant. Quieter.
How about for you, Taldar?
You see in Taldar's hand a knife and a piece of wood, and he's carving. He looks at you, does not respond, and immediately goes back to carving.
What is it with tall people not talking to me?
Don't take it offensively, Anaho. He doesn't talk to most.
I see. So do any of you know where your life's fate lands? Where are we heading?
Balin pulls out the map he purchased. Here, right where the DM says so. In a big red circle that says plot armor. We're heading towards a barbarian tribes. That is where we're supposed to find the bone, supposedly.
The shadows continue to fall. It's late afternoon. There's probably 2 to 3 hours of sunlight left.
So do you expect that we're going to get very far? I traveled here a couple months ago and just... Yes, I know Allura is it's unbearable. Resided within the city. But Phelan, you're from here. Do you know what it's like outside of here?
It would be best to get... I mean, I'm going to assume, DM, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it would be best to get further from the city. Darkness.
I would never correct you. You can be wrong if you want to.
I don't know. Phelan would know. It would be better to get further from the city. As it gets darker, it's like corruption and darkness grips to the city. So the closer we are, the worse off we'll be.
Do you know any place in particular from here to where we're going that we should stop, push on to, or just head till nightfall and camp?
Head till nightfall or as far as we can go and camp.
Okay.
Moving forward.
DM, could I spend time just looking at the thing on my hand, whether or not it changes color or anything glows, things like that, just keeping an eye on it?
Yeah, so what you noted before is it's a glyph. It's in a sort of a pale green color. And you can see it in the last day, some of the green has gone dark. So it seems to be like a timeline. As it's moving up each day, a piece of the glyph goes dark.
Okay.
And it's an elaborately sort of calligraphic D.
Okay. And she'll just share that with her group. So she'll turn to Taldar first. How is it out here?
Taldar kind of pause for a second with his carving. He'll look over at Rizia. Better than it is in there.
Fair. I've been looking at this glyph on our hands. It seems like this little dark bit, almost like a timer or something.
And with that, Taldar will look at his, and he'll notice the same thing that Rizzy is talking about. Well, I suppose that means we're on short time.
What else is new? And then she'll go over to Phelan and what's he doing right now?
Phelan?
Mm-hmm.
He's just waiting. He's if we're not walking, he's just waiting for people to either pack up and get ready. He's just kind of standing and he's swaying a little bit, but he's looking at the map and looking up at the sky.
And she'll come over and kind of just like give him like a bump, like just a bump on the side.
He just about tips. He just like stumbles a bit and Rizia.
Phelan, look at your hand. The one with the thing on it.
Has to take off the glove finger by finger, the hard leather.
You see that bit there? It's dark. It's like a timer of some sort.
That would make sense, and at least will be nice in case we get trapped anywhere, and we'll be able to have something to tell us the time that goes by per the days. That's helpful, as he will put it back on. Shall we move? What is your name? Allura, correct?
Yes.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry as I was predisposed when we last met. Phelan, wonderful to meet you. And I'm going to assume you're going to be accompanying us on this delightful endeavor.
Yes, until such time that my path changes from where it seems to be headed, I am staying on this one.
This is just me speaking, but I'm very grateful for you willing to help. Not used to that sort of behavior.
I find it at least a little bit amusing. You know?
Makes one of us. He will then turn to Taldar and Rizia. I know maps as well as the next civilian within city folk. I could get us further from Astra, but I feel like one of you might be better at reading this than I am.
Taldar, you have knowledge of the lands to the north. You came from there, so this is you are very familiar with the road heading north, and also the dangers of the road heading north. You've seen everything from bandits to orcs to goblins to hobgoblins to bugbears. There are many sort of dangers here, not as well patrolled as the western part of the Flyness. Things are left to their own devices, particularly as it relates to the central city, which now is encapsulated in this dome. And everything is in chaos here in the eastern part of the Flyness.
And Taldar will pause on his carving, which you see in his hand as you start to see the figure of a warrior with an axe raised above his head. And he pauses and he looks at Rizia. If we're going to go north, we've got to be careful. I traveled down. These roads are not going to be easily traversable.
She pulls a Taldar and just has her arms crossed and just nods.
With that, Taldar will take the totem that he's carving and he'll slip it into a pouch that's by his side along with the carving knife that he had. Will stand up, gather his belongings. He had not pulled out much regarding setup, mainly just a small roll that was on the ground, rolls it up, attaches it to his side, looks at Rizia. I'm ready to go. And you see with every single thing he says, everything is directed specifically to Rizia. It's as if the other two, both Anaho and Phelan, do not exist.
And Alora's there now as well, right? Alora's come, yeah. So all three of them don't exist.
Well, he is more pointed. He is more pointed about Phelan and Anaho than he is Alora. Alora is a enigma right now to him. He's sat with her for a little bit. Has been there while carving, but she does not. And you can see it in the way he. His eyesight when it turns towards Phelan and Rory goes dark versus what you see when he looks at Alora.
Were you trying to hide what you were doing at all, like that carving thing that you?
Oh no, that is out in the open.
Okay, what does it look like?
So it is the figure's about this tall. A couple of inches, 3-4 inches. It is of a warrior, a young warrior. Axe is raised above his head as if in battle, in an athletic battle stance.
Is there a specific type of wood or just a piece of wood you found somewhere?
This would have, not necessarily a random piece of wood. It would have been a piece of wood that is large enough for the carving and hardy enough. So it wouldn't be in American vernacular, it wouldn't be like white pine, which is a very soft wood that would fall apart easily. It's going to have, and I don't know the lumber in the area, obviously, but it's going to be something that's a little harder, a little more sturdy, but still supple enough to be able to carve.
Okay.
All right.
And so he'll look at you again after he's packed everything up. He'll look at Rizia.
Mm-hmm.
I'll lead the way. And he'll just start walking. Doesn't even wait.
And she'll follow.
All right. You begin marching along the road out of Verlastra toward the barbarian north. And, of course, you're going to go past the great city. But it will be several dozens of miles to the west. You won't see it, but you can almost feel the eminence of arcane magic and evil, which comes across the countryside. There are no guards here, no patrols. As you move forward, the sweltering heat begins to relent as the sun slowly pushes down across the horizon. And after about an hour on the road, your feet dusty, your throats parched and thirsty, you pull draughts from your flasks, you have idle chatter, and you see the sun begins to recede down the horizon, bringing and ushering in night, which is dangerous on this road, as Taldar well knows.
So, is there anything, and he'll still speak to Taldar because he hasn't been told that he won't speak to him. Is there anything we should be looking out for? Anything in particular? Bandits, creatures, and he'll just look at Taldar, just like anything in particular.
And Taldar will keep walking.
Does that mean
Smirk.
nothing?
Smirk ever so slightly.
You're not helping me here.
And with that, Taldar will stop. He will turn to you.
Yes, finally.
Look at you.
I don't know if you want him to.
Terry, congratulations on making a character that other players wish would talk to them. Well done, sir.
He will look at you. Just like you did nothing for us in that tavern. And then he'll turn back and continue walking.
Ooh, that's hardcore.
I don't mean to break it to you, but not my choice.
And with that, he'll pause again. He'll turn, won't turn his body fully, just turn his head. Look at you. We all have choices to make.
Right. We all have choices to make. Like right now, you have a choice to make also. Communicate to this group what they need to watch out for, or stick to yourself and hope that you can just live. We all have choices to make. I listened to Rizia when she told me to stand down. I listened. I cooperated. It's a choice you still have to make now. Cooperate and help, or don't.
And Taldar will slowly reach to his back and slip his axe off it and hold it in his hand. And look at you. A priest died because nothing was done. You are from that city.
I am not from that city, and that's the choice, like you say, she made. Like it or not, that's not the point. She made a choice to stand up in a situation that was unwinnable. Now that was her choice, good or bad. That was her choice.
Taldar chuckles and takes in a breath.
The sun sinks down low. The twin moons of Orth slowly come up over the horizon. There are sounds in the night as the two of you talk on the road.
No fight is unwinnable.
Perhaps where you come from. But in cities like that, ones like which I come from, but not that one. Clarity. That is not always the case. Have you noticed I only come up to your knee?
And with that, again, Taldar will chuckle lowly. Indeed you do. And as such, I don't know your worth. So for now, I will speak with Rizia. For now, I will listen to Rizia. For now, I will not listen to you, or your twisted words, or your double meanings. For now, we travel north.
While this has all been happening, Phelan's continued walking.
Yeah, we caught that. Very nicely done, by the way.
Just wanted to make sure.
That was excellent walking you were doing there. Yes, sir. Phelan walks.
As the sun went down and it started getting dark, Laura would have cast light on her staff, and anybody looking in that direction would have noticed like each of the flowers actually begins to illuminate from the bloom, illuminates with light that's growing from the staff.
And so you see each of these flowers that go down her braid. And by the way, Cowboy Hob, you're amazing. She sent me an image of you with the truncated or cut short braid. I will not use that. I'm going to let you droop your braid down onto all of my images here. It's awesome. But each flower offers light on the path. And it doesn't just offer light. There's a sense of like comfort and peace that seems to emanate from this.
With the casting of the light, Anaho will, still rather frustrated, temper himself, calm himself down. If that is how you lead, by division, we will see where we get. I don't know how you can lead that way.
And Taldar, look, I never said I was a leader. And with that, he'll start walking forward again with his axe in his hand. He will not put it back on his back.
And we've come full effing circle, mother truckers. In the time that Phelan has blazed ahead, he will be checking the brush and the trees for signs of wildlife. Any sort of creatures in the area that might have marked or moved through.
Yeah, so as you do this, go ahead and roll d20 and make a survival check, please.
I never roll high, so I'm going to use my one advantage. I want to do something good. Phelan wants to be useful.
I have many advantages. I have initiative bonuses. My viewers have been good to me tonight and bad to you, so it's gonna get rough here.
So sorry. What sort of check would that be?
Survival.
That is going to be an 18.
Nice.
Yeah. So you see, actually, there is a tremendous amount of wildlife here. The diminishment of patrols and the slow decay of human society in the sort of western areas of this part of the Flanaess have allowed a lot more wildlife to flourish. As the sun sinks fully behind the horizon and the moons rise higher, you do find the wind is getting chill now, cools off quickly here close to the coast. And you see there are some areas, some rocky outcroppings, trees where you could make a bit of camp. Now, I will have you roll one more d20, please, and add your perception bonus to that, Phelan.
Come on. Roll high. Roll high for once. Okay. It's fun while it lasted. I did one thing. Okay. I actually have a pretty good modifier. That's going to be a 15.
Okay. So you do note, even in the dim moonlight, not a terribly surprising thing, but there is a patch of blood and what looks like tendon sitting by the side of the road, like it was pulled off and dragged. You follow it just a few feet and it disappears off into the brush and grassland. Here in this part of Finesse, you have dense grass, you have trees, and rocky outcroppings which cover the coast and the areas inland. And you can see there was something done here, right where you're looking, where something was dragged off and died.
Can I see any sort of footprints?
Make another survival check, please. And if you want to call attention to your comrades, they can do the same. But again, it's moonlight.
He's gone far enough ahead that once they kind of get up to him is when he'll be, and he'll point down. Yes, another good roll. That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, you see several, as you call the attention of your comrades, you see several tracks. They head off to the east and to the north. A bit off kilter from where you're headed, but in that general direction. In your general direction. And you see the grass is stamped down, there's blood, but it trails off. And it goes further. So are you going to track it into the grassland or stay closer to the road?
What I wanted to see was what type of tracks. Could I tell, like, is this a large beast? Is it canine in nature, feline?
Yeah, so with your roll, you can tell these are boots, but they are big boots. Larger than humans.
Okay.
Or just really, really big humans.
Yeah. But they are boots.
They are boots.
That's impressive. He who call attention to it seems like some sort of giant may have been through these parts, or some sort of creature that can make big boots for big feet. But it's bleeding, whatever it is.
And just to be clear, giant would be an exaggeration. Like, these are not like 3 times this. These are just, if a normal human boot would be this big, these are this big. They are large, but not
Bigfoot.
Giant. Yes.
Gotcha. Large humanoid. Like about Taldar size or bigger than Taldar?
You look down at Taldar's boots, maybe even a bit bigger than him.
Probably a little bit bigger than you, Taldar. Just something to keep note of. But it's injured, whatever it is. Whatever injured it, that's worrisome.
DM, is the ground that we're standing on hard, like padded dirt, or is it?
It's hard. It's hard packed dirt. Frequently traveled, has foot traffic and wagons, and then you have grasslands with scrubs and brush and trees and rocky areas all around that path.
Do these tracks go into the softer dirt or only on the hard track?
No, these tracks are pulled off into the grasslands.
Okay.
They're going off the,
Can I tell if, because Phelan is saying that specifically this humanoid is wounded, can I tell in the tracks if one sinks deeper as if it has a limp or just the general weight of the creature?
Why don't you make a survival check, please?
Yes, sir.
Pull out your equations for physics. And
You know I've done it before.
Hey, antiquitas.
4. Survival, right?
Yep.
Yeah. 5 minus 1.
You can tell just from what you see looking at it that you know nothing.
And I will stay quiet when I look at them. Maybe not. Phelan, are you able to tell, I've heard you seem like the ability to. Would you be, if you look at, anyway, can you tell if this specific creature is wounded, or do you think
it looks like this specific creature is wounded and tendon is right over there that way? I wish to continue and try and find a spot to camp for the night and not have the same fate meet ours.
So you don't want to camp here then?
I'd rather not.
You want to continue forward?
If possible.
How far?
Looks over to Taldar, just...
Yeah, he won't talk to me either. That's why I'm talking to you. I don't mean that insultingly. He just won't talk to me.
Rizia will come over. It seems unadvisable to camp somewhere where obviously something's going on.
Exactly.
I'm sure we can move ahead a little bit just to see somewhere a little bit safer.
Phelan will tip his head back. Elura, thoughts, ideas, concepts.
Good. Don't die.
Good. Forward we go.
All right. So you head a few miles to the north. You do pick up scents on the wind. As the night grows more chill, you find an area where there is a heavy growth of foliage and a large stone outcropping near the road. You pull off, and in moments, again on foot, you are now in encampment. Do you strike a fire or no?
If it appears safer than where we were, yes.
Okay.
Can we do a roll of something?
I mean, you're in the wilderness. There's really no way to know for sure, but it is getting chill.
Okay.
And you do
survival.
Hey, go ahead. You can roll survival. Yes.
Just let me roll the die. I just want to roll some dice. I haven't rolled dice in weeks.
Roll the die. Roll the die, Mimi.
Survival?
15.
You feel like you got with this outcropping of rock, you could put a fire fairly close to it, and it would shield most of the light and make you fairly safe.
Okay. So the camp it is.
All right. In moments, you've stricken the fire. You sit behind this rocky outcropping, and now with the flickering firelight and the darkness of the eastern Flyness, you're far enough from the coast you can no longer hear the sound of the waves crashing, just the distant wind and the sound of creatures that wander and move through the night.
And Taldar's gonna take the pack that he had rolled up from the previous location and roll it out on the ground.
All right, as you pull out that pack and you roll it out on the ground. Let me give this for you here. There you go. There's your pack laid out on the ground. And if you're looking at your camera, let me help all of our viewers. And if you don't like these minis, then you need to send me better minis. But here we have... Here we have Phelan actually getting an alchemist because I had one from Atris Minis. That's Ixen. It's a glorious. You'll see it better in the light here. Let me click the lights up so you can see it. Okay, that one.
Yeah, just keep shooting him with the laser.
There you go. He's really cool. We have Anaho here. We have Rizia, and I actually did have a really cool female half-orc. So there's Rizia. Now you're prettier than that, Rizia, but that's okay.
I know. Thank you. That's twice Rizia's gotten beautiful already.
my resident druid there, which is Alora, and then of course Taldar, my barbarian here. And you all sit around the campfire as Taldar rolls out his bedroll and glowers at you.
I don't know if I'd call it a glower.
I'm
like
the
a
DM.
stoic.
I call it a glower.
A continual stoic.
When you tell people you won't even talk to them, that's pretty much glowering.
And so Taldar's going to sit down edge of the fire, and he's going to reach into his pack, and he's going to pull out the figure that he was carving, and pulls out his carving knife and continues carving.
Rizia will create a buffer in between Taldar and the rest of the group and sit down, and she'll just start sharpening her great axe.
Rizia steps between the rest of you, and you hear the
I feel like I need to be a safe buffer just in case. Yeah.
shing as she sharpens her axe, even as Taldar works on his wood.
Nice. Phelan moves pretty much across the fire from Allura against that kind of wall.
Okay.
And he'll set his pack down there. Wow, almost called you Gimbal. That was. Oh wait, you're not even there. Don't worry about it. Never mind.
He's got his cloak of invisibility on.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. And he's back.
Anahu, Rizia, Talda, Allura, would any of you like some food? I was planning on making a little something, if you'd like anything.
They won't deny a meal. Well, unless we're at the tavern, but we done destroyed that place.
Rizia stops sharpening her blade. Yeah, what Anaho said.
Taldar pause for a second. He'll set his carving knife
What's
down.
happening? Something's spilling. Oh, there's
It's not a blue box session.
It's an earthquake.
It's not a blue box session if I don't spill coffee. So I spilled coffee. I'll fix this later. At least it's on the battle map. That's easy to clean up.
I was ready for like battle music to start. I was like, what is that?
We get live action cams.
Oh my goodness.
Save versus coffee. Yes.
I will, Rizia will come down and start drinking the coffee that is spilled on the floor.
No, there's a bit of a moisture here, some wetlands flooding that's happening. So carry on, please.
So Taldar will pause. He'll set his carving knife down, and he'll reach into another pouch that's on his hip, and he'll just pull out a small piece of jerky, and he'll just bite into it and start chewing it.
Sounds good. Allura?
Yes, I'd be up for some food.
Did we actually hear that sound just now?
Yeah, you hear all
The
kinds of
outdoor
nighttime
noise?
sounds. Yes.
Great. Great.
They're-
Tailing's coming back, mother
Oh,
truckers.
no.
I don't wish to offend or anything, but do you eat meat?
Yes, of course.
I know some people that are more of the naturey side of things don't eat meat.
well-
I've come across a few.
I don't know if you know much about nature, but nature tends to kill each other a lot.
That's what I say, but my words go on deaf ears as it seems to continually happen. As he will pull out a slab of some sort of red salted meat and will slice, and just like very deftly, like he's done this thousands of times, very thin cuts of meat. And we'll cut probably about 6 thin slices for Rizia, 3 for Allura, 3 for Anaho, and 2 for Phelan. And then he'll pull out a squash, and then what would be another type of squash, and probably whatever equivalent of an onion we have here, some sort of root vegetable. And we'll just start like slicing the squashes and then slicing and dicing. And then he'll pour a little bit of water into the pan that he has, a flat kind of saucepan. And we'll begin to put it in to saute and cook it all up, cooking the meats first, letting the oils and the grease build for them to cook the vegetables inside of it.
And the aroma wafts up as he begins to do this, and he seems to know what he's doing. There's an efficacy and an speed, like the way he moves, his hands dexterous. Ingredients get pulled out. He chops, he slices, he dices. It's actually impressive to watch. It is much the way Taldar slices human flesh that Phelan slices these vegetables and roots and meats.
Well, he's cooking with the smells out, just kind of where I'm from. This isn't exactly a spot that I want to be, so I'll climb up on that rock Is it more of a boulder, or is it like a landscape going up?
No, it's a large rock outcropping, so it's
Okay.
it's part of the topography of the land, but it's old, and so there are bits of foliage growing atop. There's some grass and some bushes, exactly as you see on the screen here.
Perfect.
And it sits about 15 feet off the road, but you've got the fire tucked to the opposite side, which is dimming most of the light. The smoke is going up, but the light is being covered from the road toward the east, where you saw what was dragged off. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt of that sort of level of intelligence, that it's being protected. And so you're going to climb up there.
Yeah, just climb up there. I'll have my crossbow out, and just generally suspicious that whether it be creatures or foes, we're creating a lot of smell, noise, and sounds.
It's like coffee.
It's like
Like coffee.
Yeah, enough with the coffee stuff, guys. It's gone. It's fine. No problem. Just made it a darker spot on my map here, which actually makes it look better.
aging maps. But yeah, it probably takes 30, 40 minutes to cook it, and then he'll just serve out everyone's portions.
All right, and describe to them what they taste. If they does everyone eat what Phelan has concocted?
Yeah, Naho will come down and then again take it back up to the rock formation and sit up there.
Alora will pause a moment and suddenly cast detect poison on the food.
Are you doing that to me? if
You
you're
remember
doing-
those belladonna berries that I bought, right?
If she's doing it, actually Rizia was about to just go over and nudge her, but if she sees her cast it, she'll just kind of bring her plate over. While you're at it, Alora, right?
Yes.
And you said you could detect poison in things.
Indeed, I can.
Do you just want to check my plate too while you're at it? I kind of just left a really rough place, and I don't really fancy being poisoned again.
That's quite understandable, really.
And she'll just kind of make a subtle gesture over the plate to begin to kind of suss out if there's any traces of poison in this food whatsoever.
No
Sadly,
traces
they're
of poison whatsoever. But you do sense some very strange things on the person of Phelan, but the soup itself, nothing.
There's definitely some sort of diseases there, but no poison.
And she'll then like turn once she gets the sense of everything. She will say,
It seems fine to me.
Uh,
I think it's safe.
thanks,
More or
Laura.
less.
And, okay, thanks. And then she'll bring it closer, and then she'll look right at Phelan as she's eating, and she's like, "No offense, Phelan, but I just came from that place, and you're also from that place, so
you're fine. It's honestly, I take it as a compliment because it's to die for. As he chuckles to himself, it is like sitting with the oh my gosh, my brain, the skillet on his lap, just eating from that.
And Rizia will like devour her plate, and then after she's done, it's there and then it's gone. Like all of a sudden it's like it's gone. And then she goes into her pack and she'll grab one of the melons, and again just cracking it in half on her knee, and she'll nudge Taldar, offer him half.
And Taldar will take half the melon. And
Some
bite into
dessert with your jerky.
it. Thank you.
No problem. And she'll just eat again.
All right. Anyone else doing anything this evening? Watches being set? Any other conversations being had? Or
you said there was various flora here, correct?
yes.
So, Laura, after a few moments after she finishes her meal, she's just going to kind of explore the life that is around them. She doesn't want to wander too far, but she just kind of wants to get a sense of what's nearby. And she and anybody who notices her will notice, like, it's a bit peculiar because she stops and turns her ear toward the plants as she does this for a few moments and then moves on. And it does it again.
Anything in particular you're looking for, Elora, or just?
She's just listening for any sort of sense of. I mean, because she gets all of these messages from the plant life. She's kind of listening for anything that seems out of sorts.
Okay.
Danger.
Roll percentile dice for me twice. So give me just your base roll. Give me your first percentile roll and your second percentile roll.
Okay, the first one's a 47.
Okay.
And then... these ones. And the next one is an 80.
An 80. Okay. All right. So the first one was, listening for anything from the plants that could be relayed to you, and you feel violence. You sense trauma. There has been much blood spilled here, and though they cannot communicate with you audibly, it is the sense of something humanoid and bestial, which has been preying upon travelers along this road. With your 80, a much better roll, I'm going to let you select one rare herb that you would like to find from any chart, and I'm going to let you look at that on the break as we go to break now here at Blue Box, our one and only break tonight. Vivi, long night, short night?
Long night.
Let's go!
Oh, yeah.
I want to go a little bit longer tonight. I've got so... All night long.
I need a fight.
All
I need
night.
a fight. I'm itching.
So we will go to break. And by the way, we're at 74 viewers. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for the level 5 hype train. Thank you for all the support, all the gift subs. You guys are absolutely amazing. Now, tonight, we are giving away a Tailspire license. That's done. But if we hit 80 viewers, which I think we're going to at 74 now, we're going to give away a big a dragon mini. No, not Tiamat. That's not happening. But hey, thank you for following us, the Unwashed Bay. I'll take my bays anyway, unwashed or nay. But thank you for joining us tonight. Anyone else? We have one question for you if you're watching tonight and you haven't followed, or if you're a follower and you haven't subbed, or if you're a sub and your sub has expired and you have not resubbed, we have one question for you. What are you doing? Please follow us, sub. We pour every single dime times 50 back into this stream. All the tech, all the minis, all the giveaways. We don't make a profit here at Blue Box. That's not why we're here. We're here to make great games and have fun, and we appreciate all of you. We're going to go to break, and as we're on break, Alora's going to figure out what rare herb she has found as she searches the countryside, and we'll leave the mics hot as we always do here on Blue Box. Tell your friends, join us. We need 80 viewers to get the second giveaway. If we get to 90 or 100, I might do something crazy tonight. Here we go. Blue Box will be right back.
Man, I am so jealous of that herb.
Herb. Thank you for not saying herb.
Yeah, herb. Herb.
So if you're English, you do say herb.
Yes, exactly. What herb did you find?
If anyone has a source online, as I frantically look for a cost of items, that would be wonderful.
Blue Box will be right back. Hey, Natasha, good to see you. I didn't see you earlier.
Yo.
If I missed anybody, Love the Healer. Good to see you as well. I missed you. Again, the Unwashed, new follower. Thank you. Chris, good to see you as well. We've given out some of your glasses lately, Chris. People love them. Your frosted Blue Box glasses are the bomb. Patrick, you know I give your stuff away all the time. I appreciate you so much, and I loved you as Drax, or Drac, the Crow, Dark Crow. You were amazing. Scott, good to see you also. Thanks for joining us tonight. All my friends. Kraka, that's what I meant. Kraka the Dark Crow. See, I got Dark and Kraka mixed along with Drax.
am the bean. Yeah, it's Fanchild TV.
Hey, Fanchild
we
TV.
will hopefully be killing things soon.
Thank you.
Hey, John, I hope you're already prepping the experience points that we get in the morning.
Oh yeah, it's how we somehow level up from the nothing we've done.
Josh, you and
Some
I
of us are still level 1.
Exactly, from the nothing we've done so far.
And we bashed in a tavern, and you guys dealt with Drax, and we scared the piss out of Spider.
I think Taldar leveled up. I think he did.
Yeah, Taldor and I did.
Yeah.
And I did.
Okay, good.
I was the only one that didn't level.
Which makes sense, right?
Because I am the newest.
Hey, I'm excited for when Phelan dies this session in whatever fight we're coming up against. Because it's just going to be nice for you guys to continually see a new character. I'm thinking an Inquisitor for my next character.
Hey, Josh, are you just failing?
I hate you.
Yeah.
Josh is always failing.
What could I bring in my next one as? Well, a bard maybe. His name will be Dalen. Exact same
The one that owns
personality.
does he own the closet? That Dalen?
Yeah, Dalen's closet. Well played. That was good. I like the reference. I love you. Gosh, Machik is so hot. Oh gosh. Terry's back. Hi, Terry. Okay, I gotta go to the bathroom. I can't feel my butt.
Terry, what are you eating?
Just pretzels. I'm out of food in the house, and I haven't had time to go shopping in about a week and a half. So
Yeah.
I had these pretzels. I was like, not what I want, but I need to eat something, otherwise I will not feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, I have some stuff, but it takes cooking, and I don't have time to cook.
Yeah. That's why I ordered pizza. I was like, I didn't order pizza. Chili mac sounds good. Stromboli. I don't know if I've ever had stromboli.
I've made homemade strombolis, and
What
I
is
love
stromboli?
it. Stromboli is a combination of mozzarella, ricotta, and other toppings, or not toppings, but other things like pepperoni, or you could do sausage or vegetables, and it's kind of made in a roll type fashion and then cooked. It's very good, but the difference between stromboli and calzone has the ricotta cheese, strombolis don't. So I was backwards.
Inverted pizza, backwards pizza.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, kimchi grilled cheese sounds so good. That is an amazing
So
idea.
I've started making. Wick, you got that from me. So I now use sourdough, Colby Jack and cheddar mixed cheese, and kimchi, and make it into a grilled cheese, and it's
for dinner.
stunning.
That would
because
be divine.
Because the little bite of kimchi with the savory of the cheese just is a perfect combination. If you use sourdough bread, it crisps up really nice.
Really nice.
Oh, what did I come back to? I'm talking about Little Caesar's Pizza, and I'm coming back to you guys freaking...
We're talking about kimchi grilled cheese.
Oh, that sounds so interesting, yet good.
Oh, dude, it is so good. It is just, and I make a triple, like if I don't have a side with it, I make a triple decker. And it's a meal. It is a meal, and it is fantastic. Actually, that's what I had last night. That's why I didn't make it before the show tonight. I was like, I can't do it 2 nights in a row. It's a lot of.
You totally can.
Yeah, you can. You totally
100% you can. You're an adult. That's the joy of being an adult.
Truthfully, yeah. The happiness of being an adult I have found is as an adult, you tell the kids, no, you cannot have cake for breakfast. As an adult, you can go out and buy a whole gosh dang cake. You just know it's going straight to the hips. You know what's happening. Kids can eat it and it goes wherever.
Dude, Pat 66, I'll make it at the con. I love it. It is. I'll bring the kimchi that I
Please.
buy at the store
Please do.
and the cheese that I use, and I will make it up.
I mean,
If
I'm
I have a kitchen, I will cook. Everybody, I just need a kitchen though.
I
John,
can't tell you.
can I borrow your
I'll
kitchen?
also make.
My kitchen is your what's the Spanish word for mi casa, su casa? What's kitchen in Spanish? I don't know, but
So, I'm also gonna make the Korean quesadilla, which is roasted seaweed as your base, and then you have 4 areas. You've got rice, sautéed kimchi, you've got spam, and you've got an egg, and then you fold it
Divine.
3 ways, and it is stunning. I will even bring my rice cooker for that.
I've almost flown back to Virginia just for this one food place that I miss so much.
all the more reason we know we'll see you here in May. All right,
yeah, heck yeah. I mean, I'm running a one-shot, so I'm definitely going to be there.
Well, you haven't signed up yet, have you?
I know.
I already did. Josh, come on.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
Harry walked
Larry
me through the very
Kingra, thank
complicated
you for joining the
process.
Mad Chatters. You're wondering what we're talking about? We are talking about this.
But take your pants off, get super sexy.
Blue Box Con, number 2, 2022, May 13th through 15th.
Ready for
Gaming, fun,
And we love
painting, crafting, Renaissance Festival, artwork,
Oh, true.
friends, all
man, it's
kinds
gonna
of
be so-
goodness, D&D goodness right here in the heart of Tennessee. You all need to be here. Look at that Ren Fest. This is the best Ren Fest anywhere in the country. We have a castle.
Wait,
I mean, we don't
here's
have a castle,
Kristen swinging a hammer. And right about
There
now.
it was.
Nope, now. There it is.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little ahead of you. Yep. Blue Box Con 2022. Can you pop that in the chat, please, so the link is up?
It's going to be so much harder. Can I hide in your... Yeah, sure. Blood Wild, totally. Why not? As long as you pay the, extra fee for heavier luggage.
All right. So, reminder tonight, we have a Tailspower giveaway. We're going to do it here at the end of the stream. And also, if we get to 80, which I think we got to 77, I have not seen 80. If we get to 80 viewers tonight, we're going to give away this young black dragon. Gorgeous mini.
Wow.
It is super cool. We'll give that away tonight. If we should get to 100, which might require a raid or perhaps just all of you reaching out to your friends, I will do something crazy tonight on a giveaway. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll figure something
I was
out.
gonna be like, are you gonna put that dinosaur shirt back on?
Oh, well, no,
He's going to take something off.
No.
Oh,
So,
it's that kind of stream.
Glitter Bomb John!
For sure. No. This is not happening. There will be no glitter.
Yes,
Yes.
that's happening at BBC this year, guys.
1 second. Quick question. What color is the underwear? Is the banana hammock?
I believe it was
It's
blue
a
or
worn-out
purple,
blue.
but I'm not
It's
sure
blue.
which.
I think it's blue. Yeah.
Hang on 1 second. Search is blue banana hammock. What size, John? Quick.
It needs to be sequined.
Extra
Just so you know,
large.
it's glittery.
Is gargantuan a size?
Yeah. Does it come in
Okay,
quadruple XL?
1 second. Let me just search it. Did we specify it was blue or purple?
No. Search.
Oh my
Search.
gosh.
The size is equestrian.
Equestrian.
All right, moving on.
Pat Jaws knows the color because he did
I know.
create
Oh, it's
the
purpley
thing.
glitter. Okay. Purple glitter.
Oh, you guys crack me up. So much fun. All right.
I love how you think I'm joking about this.
No, you are joking. All right, back to a spell of white memory. Exactly, Sam. I know. Yeah, white memory. Forget about this.
A D&D D&D back? Yes, 100%.
Yes. All right.
Okay, that one too.
Okay. We killed the background music, so we have those giveaways ready tonight, and thank you all of our friends for following us and hanging out with us. We're a little bit slap happy. I'm tired tonight. I can tell Josh is exhausted, but we're enjoying some D&D tonight, and we appreciate all of you supporting us. All right, so The night passes uneventfully. You are not accosted. Your fire burns low. You set your watches. You enjoy the concoction of Phelan, which is quite robust and hearty, is filling. And when you wake up the next morning, there is a renewed sense of, I will not call it optimism, but just hope. Even as you watch the sigil on your back of your hand grow smaller again, the light coming up across the horizon, the sun cast across the eastern Flyness, a cool breeze now wafting in here in the early morning, and as the last embers of the fire are wafting out, there's the warm and pleasant sense of a scent of smoke in the air.
So it's the morning now?
Yes, and not quite that loud. Hang on.
Man,
There we go. Yes. It's now the following morning.
nights are super quick here.
Anaho will pack up his stuff very meticulously. Everything will be put away. Any of the items not consumed from Phelan will be returned. Any kind of remnants that he has left behind, he will pick up, including ensuring, not telling, especially not Taldar, that they've dropped something, but ensuring everything is picked up from the area, leaving no, as much as possible, no trace that we're here.
Okay. Everyone else?
Rizia will, as if everybody's packing up, she will take her time to make it look as if they were not there. Something out the fire, kind of like moving the ash around, things like that.
All right, make a survival check, please.
Thank you for letting me roll dice. 20 total.
All right, so yeah, you're good at this, and in your experience, it's important to be able to cover your tracks. So you spread the ash out, you damp out all further signs of fire, you wipe away the tracks, you grab some brush from a nearby bush and wipe out all the tracks, and you feel like you've done a pretty good job of covering it. Taldar looks on approvingly.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, Rizia. That is well done.
Yeah. It's pretty good practice, just in case somebody's following us. You never know. And she'll look down at her hand.
Something wrong.
And she'll turn her hand down towards Anaho. The sigil that's been burned or whatever on my hand, it appears to be like a timer of some sort. You see this part over here? And she kind of pulls her hand closer so that he could see. It's dark green, darker than the rest of it. It appears to be moving.
That is unfortunate.
So let's get going then.
Okay. All right, so you then set off on the road. Anyone doing anything differently, or are you headed back north? All right, so you continue north. As you travel upon the road, it is deceptive how pleasant it can be this time of year, even with the surrounding evil rulership that is all over the eastern Flyness, with the fall of the Great Kingdom, already in ruins. But as you travel this road, there are still cherry blossoms. There are still pleasant winds from the road. There are still gleaming rays of sunlight, which bring a sense of ease. And as you move along the road, it doesn't even kick up much dust. It's so hard packed. You pass the occasional traveler. You see a farmer with a few of his wares headed toward Astra. You see a handful of merchants moving back and forth, and just some commoners as they travel along the road, none of which bother you, and you see no further sign of danger.
How far are we going? Do we have far left? Rizzy, maybe you know. Fail it.
Nope, it's fine.
Taldar, you know there are several days remaining, probably at least 2 to 3 days before you would reach the areas of the north and the barbarian areas.
Indeed, I do.
Indeed, he does.
And he's going to continue walking.
So what's your marching order, party?
So first thing in the morning, Taldar would have just started walking. So unless somebody felt like they wanted to run in front of Taldar. And Taldar, again, is carrying his axe. It is not any longer on his back.
Without any guidance from the tall guy, Anahu is going to hang out in the back, but with the intent of, I would normally be in front, but I don't know where I'm going. So with the intent of watching our flanks and our rear to make sure nothing is coming up on. I mean, I see Taldar with his weapon out. He's, it's been stated it's a dangerous area. So just playing off of those cues. But I'll hold back a good 15 feet from the last person and just being as quiet as possible, watching the flanks.
Okay. Anyone else? All right. As you move along the road, the sun rises higher. There is then the copper tinge, the smell of blood in the air. Taldar, you catch it first as you walk along the road. And you see there is what looks like a person laying across the road up ahead.
How far up across the road?
So
roughly.
Let's call it, you see this 100 yards out. So let me back you guys up here. So we're about 100 yards out. You can see it on the road. There's blood and a body laying in the middle of the road.
All right. Can I tell from where we're at, can I tell the race of the being?
Yeah, from this distance, I mean, it looks like a human stripped naked and bleeding out on the road.
All right. Looking to the brush to the left and the right, does it look like it has been disturbed?
Make a perception check, please.
That is 23.
Yeah, you see heavy footmarks. Much of the foliage has been stamped inelegantly, incautiously, in fact, as though no attempt was made to hide it.
Okay. So we're stopped. My axe is in both hands. I'm going to kind of, in a whispered voice over my shoulder, Rizia, come here.
Rizia will come forward. She can kind of tell the difference between Taldar's body language, and she'll kind of pull out her axe as well. In a lowered voice, what is it that you see?
Look at the brush on the side. Somebody's been here. It looks like the body up ahead, placed there to distract.
What are you thinking? We go around?
I don't know. And he's going to look both kind of left and right at kind of the surrounding area. How wooded is the area?
I would call it medium. So it's not heavily wooded. You're not in a forest, but it's not lightly forested either. So there are ample numbers of trees. And let me have you make another perception check, please. Actually, both you and Rizia, or any other players that are, right? So you're all here.
Rizia will actually just kind of grab like your shoulder just gently, like and lean forward.
You see the body on the road as you're doing this.
Yeah.
It rolls over, lolls, blood streaming out. It's whatever is on the road is clearly still alive and bleeding out.
Taldar, Alora, I think she can talk to plants or something. Maybe she can get some more information.
I did a perception roll and I rolled a natural 20 plus 14. So that's a 34.
All right.
Did you say plus 14 on perception?
Yeah.
Yes.
At first level,
Holy
second level, yeah.
High
First
wisdom.
level, yeah. All right, so Alora,
What can she not see?
you smell on the air as you look around. You're listening, you're looking, but you have a keen sense of smell as well. And there is a musk in the air, humanoid. You can't quite place it, but you know it is not natural. Not natural human, I would say.
It's Yaj talks.
So
Not that kind of musk.
I'm like, is it? Yeah, it's not
It's
act.
effing Yaj.
So after
Yaj talks,
Rizia-
yet lives, yes.
after Rizia had said something about Alora, Taldar is going to look back over his shoulder. Alora, come here.
And she'll walk towards Taldar.
Yes.
Rizia says that you can speak to the plants.
Yes.
Can the plants tell us what's going on?
Well, last night they were saying that there was something strange and bestial around. And now, I'm smelling something very strange. Almost human, but not quite. Musky.
Can you figure out the direction?
DM, can I sense the direction that it's coming from?
Not hard at all. It's to the east.
Not with that 30 foot. Come on.
Yeah, no, you're fine. It's to the east. There are several large boulders and outcroppings, much like the one you camped out behind last night. Many of those are here to the east, and you can smell it's pungent and close.
And so she will turn her head towards the east and say,
That way. And whatever it is that I'm smelling is close.
And Taldar look at Alora with a bit of curiosity. You see in his eyes there he recognizes something. And then he's going to turn back to Rizia. I say we send the small one up to the body and we go east around.
Good plan. And then she'll look at Alora. Man, that's really accurate. Like impressed. Like I knew you could talk to plants, but I didn't know you could do that. Like you just dropped a pin in the exactly this location. And she'll turn around to Phelan and Anaho. Alora says that she can smell him over there on the east. There's somebody there. Does somebody want to go towards the body, and Taldar and I can head east and see who's there?
I can head towards the body, or if you would like to, Anahu, either one of us can.
Yeah.
Or you guys, doesn't matter, both, whatever.
I'll start walking towards the body, right next to Phelan.
And I will start walking to the east around whatever outcropping is right there on the screen.
Yes.
Right.
As I walk by Phelan, not Phelan, Taldar. So I'm walking to the body, past Taldar. And I look up, and not that I pause for any length of time, but just say, Taldar, belief and lies go hand in hand with one another. And I'll walk towards the body and I'll stand there because I wasn't given direction. But I'll inspect the person. But I'll walk to the body, assuming I'm bait.
I was talking to you and Phelan.
Oh, he can come too. But I still do that.
Okay. And before Riz follows Taldar, she'll turn to Laura. Do you want to come with us?
Yes.
Okay. And then she'll kind of head gesture, and we'll walk towards the east.
All right. So to be clear, we have Taldar, Rizia, and Alora moving toward the east around that rocky outcropping. We have our halfling is moving toward the body. And then what are you doing, Phelan?
Phelan said he was going towards the body as well.
Phelan will be following towards the body as well. Actually, he knows the body really well. Dang it. Yeah, he'll probably just be walking up close to Anaho as well. But he's going to have one of his flasks, one of his metal flask in one hand.
All right, you pull out your flask. Anaho, as you creep closer, you see the body on the road. It is a human. It's a human male, stripped completely of all clothing. Giant claw marks raking across his chest and shoulders. Part of his throat ripped out. There's a gurgling sound. As you approach him.
So I'm on alert, assuming I'm bait right now. Assuming with what I ran into that whatever we're running into is probably smart enough to lure us in. Phelan, are you able to heal this person? Although we might be bait, are you able to heal them quickly, or should I take care of it?
As Phelan approaches, looking over the body, from what you described, this is not something Cure Light Wounds could solve.
Well, I mean, again, with a peasant, Cure Light Wounds can do great things, but yeah, this looks pretty mortal.
Yeah, he's going to walk up, and with the gurgling, he's going to keep an eye out, but he's going to pull his dagger out and put a hand over the mouth and just pull.
Well, I guess you did what I would do. So
you end him.
Yeah. And I just look into the eyes. I'm sorry.
Good to note. If I get that bad, you'll kill me. Good to know.
As you do this, you slide the blade across. There was little life left in him. And then you hear the feral sounds. And actually, let me make the roll here.
And he tried to keep his gurgling silent as well. Even though it is a trap, he still tried to keep it more silent.
Sure. And suddenly, you hear a roar that is let out, and there are creatures which burst from the hills, from behind the trees. These creatures are tall, 8 feet, 9 feet in some cases, covered in thick, dark fur. Some have maces, some have crude clubs. They have long ears that dangle out and fangs which protrude, but they all burst around the front. They made no note of the party heading around the eastern side, and I will show you what they look like here in just one moment. As they let out a roar, and there is an incredible cacophony. You see several of these creatures pop out from behind the trees and the rocks, and they are not pleasant looking at all. Again, they have long ears. They stand 8 to 9 feet tall, thick fur, huge weapons, shields. Actually, I'm going to say Taldar and Rizia, each of you make a knowledge nature check, please.
I'm going to roll with advantage.
Okay.
Surprise, these are demigods.
14.
And you said knowledge, which check?
Nature.
I'm sorry.
Nature.
23. No, 21. 21.
Yeah. So, Taldar, your tribe knew these. You called them the furred demons, but they are in fact commonly called bugbears. And as they burst out from behind the rocks and trees, You see two coming straight at you, but you can hear rustling coming from behind to your south. And we go to initiative.
Come on, Evelyn. Here we go.
Initiative here at
You
BlueBox.
go. Come on, let's
DM
go.
has a big fat 3.
Come on, Evelyn.
Big fat 5 or 6.
I did get a 5 actually, so thank you.
All right. So Anaho and Phelan, you were ready. You knew this was a trap. You see these two creatures come sprinting around the rock. One has a crude club with spikes on the end. The other has a massive, wicked-looking axe with notches in the blade. They're both wearing crude armor. They tower. You can smell their fetid breath, and you hear the roar of their voices as they rush towards you. And we'll start with you, Anaho.
Well, I guess this is either when we grow together or get devoured together. I will take 10 steps back and a little bit off the road. So moving away from the bugbears, away from Phelan.
Okay.
Yeah, just 10 feet. And I will level my crossbow and shoot one of them with my crossbow.
All right, roll to hit.
There we go. That is a 18 to hit.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
And it looks like it's just a flat D6 for the damage, so it's
Correct.
6 points. I got a 6.
Oh, nice. All right, so thunk, your crossbow bolt slams into the first as it comes leaping over, and it's going to advance on you, but it will not get an attack this round, so it's closed on you. Phelan, what are you doing?
Phelan, keeping his flask in one hand, it moved up to him.
No, Phelan, you have room. So again, let me make sure you can see this. So the one is closing. Actually, it's all simultaneous action. You won initiative. So if you're trying to do something as this closes, yes, you can.
Because bombs do splash damage, so I was hoping to get back.
Yes, okay, you can do that.
Slide my glove, which my gloves, for those that don't know, on the back of the thumb is kind of the striking match, so he can hold it, strike it, and lob it. He's going to roll it on the ground, bouncing towards the one on probably the one on the right.
The one on the right. And what's the range on that flask?
So it is a range of throw.
No, I'm sorry, the radius of effect is what I meant.
10 feet.
10 feet.
10 feet. So the splash goes outward from it.
So you'd
if I hit them.
You'd want to put it right between the two of them. Because, you put it to his right, it will not hit this one. You put it right between the two of them, you can catch them both.
Perfect. Okay. Sweet. And I will be using the advantage given to me by, I forget who it was earlier, but I got one more.
I'm going to disadvantage you with one of the ones I have as well, so go back to your regular rolls.
Yep, that's about right. Luck me. That's going to be a 12, I think. I think it's a 12.
12.
No, it's a 14. It's a 14.
It's a 14. Hang on, real quick. Double check.
Dylan, you got advantage.
Thank you so much,
Renreb.
Renreb, you have been amazing. Thank you so much, my friend. You throw your flask in midair. The creature to your left sees it coming, takes its blade, smacks and it knocks the flask off course. It bursts in the air, doing no damage. All right, now.
Point of
Yes.
clarification. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Was I within 30 feet, John?
Yes.
So I do have the point blank shot, so it's an extra point of damage.
Ooh.
Yes. Okay.
With 7 points of damage.
Nicely
Nice.
done. All right, thunk. You catch it right in the middle part of the chest on the left side rather. It goes through, feathers sticking out. It's a heavy blow. Now we go to Elora and Rizia. And
I'd also like to move back as far as I can.
Yeah, you could do that.
Thank you.
You back away as they close to be resolved next round. They get no attacks this round. You hear all this happening, but Taldar, Rizia, Elora, you hear rustling, the sounds of heavy footfalls and grunting coming from the southeast behind this rocky outcropping here. There is something coming from this direction. So you flushed out what was ever there to the east, but now there's something coming from the southeast.
So are we in the same round or are we in a different
Still
round?
same round.
Okay, because those guys had movements before us then? The two that went towards Phelan and...
Well, we can call it simultaneous if you want to.
Okay.
But I mean, you're behind that rock already.
Right,
so I was just me
Okay.
resolving the movement. If you want me to move them back, I can.
Oh, no. I'm just trying to figure out.
Yeah. So this is all simultaneous action. Thank you, Josh.
Can we... The sound coming out of the east
Southeast.
or southeast, are we able to discern...
Heavy footfall. Steps crunching, grunts. You see trees rustling. I mean, it's reasonable to presume more of what you're facing.
But we don't see them yet.
No, they're coming through brush.
Can I ready an action?
Sure. So you want
Well,
to
first off-
delay and hold, or
Well, first off, I will rage. I'm gonna go ahead and rage.
are we gonna get on the hype
And
train? What?
I'll ready. No, I'm not gonna ready. What I'm gonna do is Is there any type of cover that I can take in this area?
Yes, I mean exactly as you see on the board. I hope you can see it. So you've got heavy rock outcropping. You've got trees all around.
Okay.
So again, if you look at the screen here, they're coming from where my light is right here. So they're coming from this southeasterly direction.
Perfect.
You can duck between this tree and this rock.
Yep.
So what happened is these guys circled around the back side of the rock and came here, but there's something coming from this direction here.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to position myself between the tree and that rock.
All right. And you also have an action prepared.
And then I'm going to ready an action. If anything passes by, I'm going to swing.
All right, great. And what are you doing, Rizia? You see Taldar duck behind the tree and the rock. You can hear the same thing, crunching of leaves and pushing through brush, grunting, heavy musk scent in the air.
Rizia will just kind of take a look over towards Anaho and Phelan to see if they look like they got those guys handled.
Let's do this real quickly. Quick role play moment. I want each of you to tell me what you're seeing in this moment, what you're experiencing, what you're thinking. So DM narrative stops here, and let's start with you, Phelan. Phelan, tell me what you are seeing, thinking, and experiencing in this moment for the benefit of our other players and our audience.
Phelan's just trying to think of what comes next. As he's thrown the first bomb and it's gone up and exploded in the air, he steps back to try and reevaluate, looking at what's happening. as he sees that Anaho's getting in close quarters combat. He's actually, I don't think, ever seen Anaho fight. Actually, he hasn't seen... Oh, no, he has seen people fight in the sewer fight when we were retrieving the spider.
Right.
But still, Anaho was more long range with that, and so he's kind of keeping an eye on that. He's not worrying about Taldar and Rizia, but he's just trying to, how can I get around the big one right in front of me, or how do I just stay out of his way?
All right, good. Let's go to you, Rory. Tell me something that Phelan, probably that Anaho sees or experiences in this moment. You could have license here. So I've given you sort of the broader narrative. You tell me something you see, hear, feel, sense, anything at all in the combat.
So in front of me, I got two creatures, 4 times my height. My posture sinks in. Phelan, you see a steadiness, a very steadiness set into Anaho. As I start to think about the ways in which they're moving, dividing them, separating them, moving up on them with quickness, something I perceive they don't expect, intimidating and scaring, ripping out their attendants, their Achilles, or just plunging my crossbow into their chest.
All right, Rizia. You see Taldar duck between the tree and the rock. What are you seeing around you?
Rizia's kind of battling two different things right now. Her instinct is to follow Taldar, only because it offers a lot of comfort because he's also a barbarian. She would also like to follow, but as a knee-jerk reaction, she just turns over and looks over at Anaho and Phelan to make sure that they seem like they got things handled. Before entering a rage and then following suit with Taldar.
All right, so you're going to follow Taldar between the tree and the rock. And
yes.
If you look over, you would not say that Anaho and Phelan have things handled, but they're not damaged either. But they just have these two massive furry creatures bearing down upon them with wicked-looking axe and wicked-looking club with spikes on it. And you then duck behind the tree and the rock as you hear sounds coming from the southeast as well. Alora.
Yeah, so she will also enter a rage and ready in action as well.
Got it. All right, Alora.
So Alora is kind of taking a moment to process everything that's going on, and kind of calculating a lot of various things in her mind. She sees all the growth from various places and takes a moment. For my knowledge, what areas roughly on this map would be about 40 feet radius, John?
Oh, 40 feet radius. So everything here is within 40 feet radius. Right.
Okay.
And then it will head to the. So it would kind of encircle everything you see on the map right here.
All right. So if Alora was to put the edge of it between the bugbears and Phelan and Anaho, she could avoid catching Phelan and Anaho in the radius of something.
Yes. So if you
okay,
so you're trying to focus some sort of, what is it?
She wants to cast Entangle.
Yeah. So you could put it back here, where you see my light,
because it has a long range. It's 400 feet per 40 foot per level, and it's just 40 foot radius.
Yeah. So you would put it back here where it would catch these two as they're rushing toward Anaho and Phelan, but would not catch Anaho and Phelan. Yep. Okay. All right.
Yes. So she'll make a gesture, and you actually see her reach forward as if she's reaching for some sort of invisible cord, and she pulls back, and vines start springing from the earth below their feet and start wrapping up and creating this snarl of like horribly rough terrain and just vines everywhere, trying to catch the ankles and feet of these creatures as they rush towards the other two.
And what is the saving throw, please?
That is a DC reflex partial save, and it is a DC 16.
All right, and the partial save, if you save, what is the partial component of it?
Okay, so it says, the spell, entangled condition. Creatures that make saves can move as normal, but those that remain in an area must save again at the end of their turn. Creatures that move into the area must save immediately. Those fail must end their movement and gain the entangled condition. Entangled creatures can attempt to break free as a move action, making a strength or escape artist check. The DC for this check is equal. Blah, blah. So yeah, it's just like if they are entangled and they save, then if they're still in the area, they have to save again immediately.
Right, have to save again. Yes. Okay. All right. So. All right, as you cast the entanglement, you see vines sprout up from the ground, and there is an immediate arresting motion that happens. This one charging toward Anaho is wrapped. Vines crawl up around his calves, yank him to the ground. He struggles again, trying to pull his legs up, waving his spike club around, just outside of Anaho's face. Like the reach doesn't quite hit Anaho, but the other one leaps up and gets right into Phelan. All right. From around the corner to the southeast, as I said earlier, you see two, including one in what looks like a heavy armor, come around the corner, the side of this rocky outcropping, and they are, let me see here. Unaware of Rizia and Taldar. One of them is rushing toward Phelan. One of them is rushing toward Elora. They go right past Taldar. This one went wide, so he's not in range for that action, but he's not looking for Elora either. So this guy, as he rushes toward Elora, we're going to give an attack of opportunity to both Taldar and Rizia.
Oh, heck you are?
Yeah.
Yes.
I readied my axe.
Yeah,
Now
you
let's
are.
do this.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Taldar.
All right.
No
Not
way.
Did it not 20?
Not
No
20,
way.
Yes.
No way. Really?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm trying not to slide it. It wants to slide.
Now roll to confirm, and you can use an advantage to confirm, but I'm going to use...
I don't have it. I don't have any advantages right
Oh,
now.
that's
Let me
so
figure out which
unfortunate.
dice to pick.
Wow, he does that. Maybe
Wow,
give somebody
he
some
does.
reason.
I was given one extra above the max 5 that I can have. So
No,
if
but you
anybody
can't.
wants
No,
that,
no,
Yeah,
no,
yes.
no,
Hello,
no,
yes.
no, you can't hand it out to somebody else. It's got to come directly
All
to the
right.
player.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind rolling myself. I don't mind
roll
rolling
yours.
myself. Let's do this. That would be a 21.
Wow.
All right, so for the first time, we are going to, and you're using your axe, correct?
Oh yeah.
All right, so for the first time, we're going to use the Blood Wild, Steve's crit tables, because we are using mixed crit tables here tonight. Not just, we love Tim's. Tim's will ever be here, but on the slashing tables of Blood Wild, let me open that file here, and I need you to roll percentile dice, please.
77.
Yes.
All right, and now I need you to roll a D8, please.
Oh, there you go. Patros gave you advantage.
Oh, thank you, Petros.
Oh, thank you, Patros.
I got a 6 on the D8.
A 6 on the D8. Okay, and that was a 70. Yeah, okay.
77.
Actually, I needed you to. I said that D10. Roll a D10, not a D8. I had the wrong die. I missed part of the secondary part of the tables.
All right,
So roll a
D10.
D10.
Gotta grab the right die. A 10.
A 10.
No way.
Okay.
This is my luck for the night, and then
How do
it'll
you
be
like
done
your
after
steak
this.
fillet?
All right. As this creature, which you know as one of the fur demons, but a bugbear in normal nomenclature, rushes past. Your axe was readied. You step out from behind the tree. You swing your blade. It catches the creature straight in the throat. It rips the jugular, the carotid, everything ripped out, sprays to the side. But I will let you tell me what it looks like.
Yeah.
All right.
We're ready.
Let me,
Story time.
Let me grab something real quick. Okay. So, Taldar, in rage, eyes dark, axe two-handed. As it comes by, he and you can see. You want to show the picture of me too, John, so that we really get a sense
Yes, please,
of it all.
do.
He takes his axe and he swings it with vicious force, yelling out, "For Uker!" and swings through the neck. And you, at that point, you see the blood as it spatters off, a trickle coming off of the blade as he finishes his swing, controlled, fully controlled, as he finishes it and looks off. For a moment, you can see something hits him and he refocuses on the fight.
Bravo, sir. Bravo. The second one then rushes to close in, and now we go to initiative. They get no attacks this round. They were closing in. They did not catch you by surprise. You guys were well readied and prepared for what they were doing. So now we go to next round. Evelyn, I have a 3 again on the die.
I have a 6.
Yes,
Yeah.
Shocking. All right. Phelan, you see this creature closing in on you. Massive fangs, bloody maw, huge axe, notched, heavy armor, clanking, screeching. Your flask knocked away.
I'm going to pull yet again another flask. And I've got a question for the DM. Joshua is not very smart. Phelan is. I'm thinking, would this bugbear be enough cover for me to go around him, staying within his threat range? That if I dropped a bomb right in front of him.
So you won initiative. So you're saying you're trying to back up and drop a bomb or a flask in front of him. Hey, we're at 70. Did we hit 80? I see 79 on my stream. If we hit 80, we have a dragon we're giving away today. Sometimes mine is a bit behind. I see 79.
79.
Oh, we're so close. All right, so yes.
Invite your friends.
you could drop it.
I'm trying to drop it right in front of him and go around, or like stepping behind him, dropping the bomb in front.
Well, so you have Anaho to your left, so you're trying to step to the right.
I'm stepping, to
you see
my right, around.
Hold on. So, but you see this one, monster.
Oh, okay. No, I did not see that one. It's blocked by a tree.
He's the main. Yeah, sorry. Let me move the tree back. He's the main leader. You can tell. He's got.
I did not even see
armor,
him.
huge
Freak.
weapon. He's coming up this direction. So if you step here, you'll step right into his path.
Screw it. I'll stay within range of the creature, and I hope this helps you more than it helped me, as he will slide his thumb and spark the next one and roll it to his right in hopes to be able to try and catch both of those bugbears.
Well, okay, but if you roll it to your right, you also have Alora there.
I'm trying to get it not like right in front of that one. I'm trying to get it between the two bugbears, or even tossing it to the right between those two bugbears.
I'm sorry. So This is why we have battle maps. So the 2 to the southeast here, you're throwing it here. Is it what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you could do that. All right.
Okay.
Roll to hit.
Well, don't worry. I found out that I don't get anywhere near as much addition as I thought I did. So I'm glad it did not hit last time. I only get a +1 to hit.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
But you have an advantage, right? You got an advantage from Pat Draw.
I have from Rinred, so I'm using that. But it's
yeah.
it's just your base attack bonus. So let's see what this is.
Let's go.
That is thankfully an 18.
Their AC is a 17. That hits.
Hey.
Okay. Because technically I'm not aiming for an individual one. I do not get to do the full damage on both. They both get to make a dexterity saving throw or a whatever the word is.
It'd be so you have fortitude, you have will, and you have reflex. So this would be reflex. Right? So
Yeah. Reflex of 15.
Well, they both fail. Now, of course, this one is already on the way down. So you immolate him as blood spurts from his throat. The other one, yes, you do hit. Roll damage, please.
Okay. Full damage. That's going to be... And he's now on fire until he takes a full action to put it out.
Okay.
Oh, snap. That is 10 damage, I think.
10?
No, 9. I'm sorry, 9. But he takes 1d6 each round that he doesn't put it out.
1d6 per round. All right. Yeah. You see fire blossom. It erupts all around. Actually catches fire in the surrounding area. And there's now an ambient warm glow of fire bursting up all around the area here. The grassland catches fire. It's summer. It's dry. Fire starts to grow.
He looks at the one that's on fire after throwing it, keeping eyes straight with the one in front of him. I'm ready to die. Are you? And that will be his turn.
All right. Anaho. This one is coming straight towards you with the spiked club. Towers over you. You're 2 feet 11 inches. Barely comes to mid calf. And it pulls the club over the top of its head. What do you do?
The one that was charging me the first time
Yes.
is captured by the vines, correct? I thought he failed that roll.
Correct. No. So he's still got this up above his head, and he's pulling against the vines. He's going to make a save this round again. So he got stopped, but you don't know what he's going to do, if he'll make the save or not, if he'll be still trapped. But he's got a very malevolent look in his eyes as he's swinging this spiked club at you.
I don't know how to ask this without being mechanical about it. If he fails his save, is he able to swing? Are his arms wrapped up in the vines, or?
No, just his legs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just his legs, his ambulatory.
That sucks. Okay. Okay. So with this bugbear still in front of him, with that determination, he will steady his stance. He understanding the position he's in, level his crossbow, and just stare looking up face to face at the bugbear, not flinching a bit, and he'll release an arrow into his chest.
Roll to hit.
Bummer. With the crossbow, that is a plus.
I've already told you their AC.
So 13 to hit.
13. The creature deflects. It's got a shield in one arm. Knocks the bolt off track. You do not hit.
Just because I gotta ask, he's flat-footed, right?
Correct. They don't get much of a dex bonus. The bugbears are not dexterous creatures. They're basically hide and leather and armor is their AC. Rizia, what are you doing?
Rizia will move to attack the next closest one to her.
All right, so you see the one dropping in a fountain of blood at Taldar's feet, and another goes running past, headed straight toward Elora.
Okay, so she will attack with her great axe. She's also in rage, and I'll use my power attack as well.
Roll to hit.
18 to hit, so that hits.
That is a hit.
Just hits, and where is my great axe?
This guy already had 9 damage.
12. Okay. Where's my 12? Oh, there you were. Three, 6, 9 points of damage. Oh wait, nope, that's a lie. 9 plus 12, or no.
What? No.
No, that's wrong. That's wrong. It is a plus 12 though because I have power attack.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah.
15 total.
15 total. Ooh.
Yes.
Power attack's awesome.
You step forward.
Yeah.
You take a big chunk out of his side. You see fur and blood. A bit of bone snaps, and it spurts out the side, but he is bearing down on Elora, paying it no mind. He is in a rage of his own. You hear the battle cry, froth coming from his fanged mouth as he bears down on Elora with a huge two-handed blade. Taldar.
All right. Am I able to get in between him and Elora?
No, because you. So this again was the action here. You felt this creature. He was running at the same time, so that was the simultaneous action. Whoops, hang on here. But
no, we're in a new round, right?
Yeah, you're right. But I'm saying that was the last round simultaneous.
Gotcha.
Action, right. So now you can flank him if you want to come around behind him.
Yeah, I'll flank and swing at him.
Okay. All right, so yeah, that's not too far. Yeah, you can make that. So go ahead, roll the hit.
We're rolling with advantage. With that die that I dropped on the ground, because I'm terrible. So that's going to be a 26 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay, and so damage is a D12. Not as good as Rizia. I only do 15 points of damage.
Only?
Well, Rizia did better. She did much better.
I did
same.
15. I did 15 as well.
Oh,
yeah, you both
okay.
did 15.
Then I matched Rizia.
Same.
Twinsies.
Twinsies! We high five mid battle.
You slam your axe into the small of his back. It bites deeply. You feel muscle and bone. It arches back. Blood spurts out, but it is not fallen. It is still bearing down on Elora. Elora.
It's Brim.
You see this monstrous creature towering over you, and you see it being battered about on every side. Thank you, Renreb. Thank you, everyone. You guys have been amazing tonight. Thank you so much, all the mad chatters. Did we hit 89?
Thank you.
Shab, Sam from London said we hit 89. I didn't see that, but if he says we did, we did. Anyone confirm we did hit 89? I've only seen 74, 79. I did not see us go over 80, but I trust the chatters. If you say we did, we did. We did. All right, got it. All right, go on. What are you doing, Elora? You're muted? You don't look muted, but someone...
Sorry.
There you go.
Yes. I have my mic muted. It's much easier than pressing the button. Yes. So she sees this thing coming towards her, and she grips her staff as tightly as possible, and she's going to cast Shillelagh on it. And suddenly it is a +1 weapon and does 1d10 damage for 1 minute per level. So
that's a great spell.
It is.
All right. And now it is their attack.
Bada bean.
All right. So the first one.
A part of me actually does hope that I die
You keep saying that every game, Josh. Don't worry,
It's
it'll
just,
happen.
I want it to be a running thing. Also, I want to be filling Hobbs' pockets with dollar bills.
Yo, well then you're gonna pay for the next because my friend Hob is super talented and she gets what she's worth. I'll just put it that way in terms of her artwork. So the entanglement save again was a 15, 14, 16. I forget what it was.
16 reflex.
16 reflex. All right. I'm gonna use advantage on this, by the way. So let's see. Yeah. Okay, that didn't work. Anaho, still bound by the entanglement. This bugbear swings and swings. You smell the fetid breath, spittle flying, but it cannot reach you. It is still bound by the entanglement.
Gosh.
Anaho,
Dang.
the one that bears down upon you. Let's switch views here so we can get right to, here we go. So this is Anaho right here, face to face with this bugbear who has the wicked looking spiked club.
You mean Phelan?
Phelan, I'm sorry, Phelan, yes.
Yep,
That's what I meant.
I was like, yeah, it's going after Anaho.
I guess. Wicked looking spiked club attacks, and your armor class is?
I think it's like a 14, if I'm lucky. Oh my gosh, where is it? Where is it? 14.
Matter.
Yeah, 14 normal.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, yep.
The club slams down, hits you in the chest powerfully. You take 10 points of damage. Boom! As the spike club slams into you.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, you stagger back. Now, Elora, even as this one has been hit in the back, it's burned, partially immolated, but it's strong, and it has a long two-handed blade. It swings down at you. What is your armor class?
I have a 16 AC.
A 16 AC. I'm going to use one of my advantages. Let me mark that off.
And just
here.
know, if you kill me now, John, that you will have to pay Hob for another character, and I just got this one.
Don't think I don't know. I love Moria. I'm so sad to see Moria gone. But here, let me mark off an advantage here.
He's actually not running a D&D campaign. He's starting an art gallery.
It's so true. It is so true. All right. So rolling with advantage, 2 D20s. Thank you for all of my fans that gave the advantages earlier.
Double crit. Wait, what?
Double, not one.
No crit, but one is an 18 on the die, which is a hit. It slams down. You're a medium-sized creature, so it's going to be a D10 plus strength.
Oh. Is that its turn?
You take 13 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm out. That's it.
You're
Done.
dead. You're dead or unconscious?
Unconscious, -1.
-1. The blade slices down as this creature bears down upon Elora. Her blood splatters. It crosses just underneath her chest, across her abdomen, and she lets out a cry and falls to the ground. And we go to initiative, and we need to rotate. Yes, go ahead.
Also, that was the one that I hit with the firebomb, correct?
Correct, yes. Yeah, he's taken...
It takes an additional 6 damage.
Oh, yes. Roll that D6 for me, please.
Yeah, 6 damage. I just rolled.
Another 6?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
my
it does.
goodness.
I get that beautiful little...
Even as he follows through, the flames still burning up across his armor. He's looking badly damaged.
Dang, Petros.
Stop.
Yeah, Petra. Oh no, you didn't.
Stop. As he is burned, he looks like
Not on my watch.
he's barely alive. He staggers as he follows through. He lets out a grunt, but then he wavers a bit over Elora's fallen form, and we go to initiative.
Come on. Oh,
It goes
wait.
to
rotate
Josh
to
because I'm unconscious.
Josh.
Ah!
DM has a 5 on the die.
Oh, good news. It's not Rory.
I got 4.
You got a
Wait.
4.
What'd you get, John?
I got a 5.
Okay, 5.
We have a +2 advantage. It was given at the beginning of the stream tonight.
So do I, and you have to declare those before the round, which neither one of us
John,
did.
you said we could do it after. This is
yeah,
the second
I
time
did.
you've changed that.
I did. Okay, Evelyn's right. So you use yours, I'll use mine. All right, so we both cross them out. Evelyn,
At least
Boo.
it cancels his out,
you
right?
canceled
True,
mine out,
I know.
exactly. I kept forgetting to use it. I should have used it earlier.
Words.
All right. The one staggering, standing over Alora, he...
Takes an additional 5 damage.
on your turn, simultaneous action.
No, I think it's on his turn until he puts it out.
He judges her fallen. And so he could turn toward Phelan, Rizia, or Taldar. So if you're looking at everyone here, you see, thank you so much. A level 4 hype train. What the heck? Are you kidding me? All right, so we're doing the dragon giveaway. We've got the Tailspire giveaway. You guys are amazing. So we have here Rizia to the right.
Yes.
This is the badly damaged leader.
Is speaking of reaction,
Yes.
just seeing Alora fall and then seeing Phelan, she'll look at the, what are we calling these things?
Bugbears.
Bugbears? Okay, she'll look at the bugbear with her axe ready, and she'll just say, how about you take on somebody your own size?
Nicely done. So you have Rizia, Taldar, and Phelan as possible targets. And let's see. You're going to try to lure him, so I'm going to add an effective number to the die.
Okay.
And in fact, he turns toward you, Rizia.
Okay.
As he turns toward you, now you are flanking him, Phelan. Taldar, you're to his right. And there we go, Inaho. All right, so let's start with the leader. The leader turned toward Rizia.
Thank you, Renreb.
Thank you, Renreb. Golly, you guys are amazing. Oh, advantage as well. I haven't looked at the die yet, so one is a 13. What's your armor class again, Rizia?
Where do I see the armor class again?
Are you using RPG Scribe?
Yes.
It should be in the top, sort of.
Okay, normal 13.
13? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Okay.
He swings the blade. It cuts through your armor. You take 9 points of damage
Okay.
as he slices down on you. Hanaho, this one right on top of you, attacks again.
Does he have to? Oh, I suppose not. Does he have to
No.
make a save?
No, he's not in the entanglement. The other one's in the entanglement. So here, pull the camera over so you can see it. This one is in the entanglement. This one made his save and ran through the entanglement to engage with Phelan. And we have on the die a 7 points of damage. Thunk! A heavy club slams with spikes into your body. Are you still
What was
conscious?
the?
Phelan.
I didn't-
Phelan.
Woof. Okay. All right.
Still up?
Yep.
Still up. All right. Boom. Now the saving throw for the one in front of you, Anaho.
DM, you have been given a disadvantage, by the way. I don't know if you saw that. I'm Devine gave
Okay,
you one.
yeah, no, Taldar got one. Rizia got one. I got a disadvantage from.
Yes.
Who? Where am I?
I'm Devine.
Oh,
And
no.
then-
Tracy. I thought we were friends. Golly.
And then Thomas used all of his channel points to do a full PC health ability restore.
I know. I saw that. I did see that. So. Thank you, everybody. Another hype train. We appreciate that. The one entangled, Anaho. It's frothing at the mouth. It's violently trembling. Its club swinging, but the entanglement. Ah, wait, Evelyn. as Elora passes unconscious, does the entanglement remain?
It should. It's a separate.
I think it's not concentration. I think it does remain.
It's not concentration. It's just there for a minute. So.
Sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
He swings. He cannot reach you. He tries desperately, but cannot. And we're gonna go to you, Anaho.
Okay. So, how far? What is it? 10 feet from myself to the bugbear by Phelan?
Oh, to the bugbear by Phelan.
Is it less?
It's called 12 feet. About 12 feet.
Okay.
Right, Astra. Thank you.
I will look at the bugbear in front of me.
All right.
Just look at him, holding my crossbow.
He's still
snicker.
waving the axe in your face.
And I'll snicker and just utter something in that particular language. Nothing vile, just basically mocking him. And take a couple steps. I really don't have to, though. I really don't have to. You know, I'm just gonna turn around and take a shot at the bugbear attacking Phelan.
Okay, I'm gonna say you have to make a perception check first because you know you don't have eyes in the back of your head. You got this guy engaging you in front. You see the entanglement. What you're doing is a reaction to the fact that you know he has been hit, which your character may not actually know. So make your perception check, please. Thank you, Hebron.
11.
You heard Phelan let out a cry. You heard the squish of his chest as it was struck. And you turn, yes, you can, and you will be flanking this creature. Roll to hit.
Should I get advantage in flanking or no?
No, flanking changes the armor class.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
So that gives me, with my crossbow, 19 to hit.
All right, that's a hit. Roll damage. And also, you're going to do plus D6 for point blank as you come up behind him with your crossbow.
Oh, I'll have to remember that. I should learn how to use my sneak. Do I get my sneak attack now too?
Yes. Yeah.
Dang.
Should be another D6.
Nice.
Hey, Aquanitis. No worries.
So 8 points of damage.
That was your base damage, the D6 for the flank, and the D6 for sneak.
I got a 2, and a 3, and I get a +1 for point blank.
Thunk! You catch him right in the glute. You put your bolt right in his posterior. You hear he lets out a cry. His head arcs back, but you do not slay him. Now let's go to Taldar.
All right. Can you switch to the other camera view for me?
So Taldar, you are right here. You are beside the leader.
All right.
He's the leader.
Well, we're gonna attack him
Roll to hit.
with advantage. It's gonna be a 23.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a hit. And he's burning. Roll your D6, Josh.
That's a 1.
All right, he's burning. He's beaten. He's stabbed. What is your damage, Taldar?
Damage is 19.
Nice.
Okay, Taldar, please, with glory, tell me what it looks like.
Okay, except this is simultaneous action, right?
Correct.
Did you attack already, Rizia?
Yes.
Okay, good. Can this be a combo kill?
Yes.
Oh
You
yeah.
do what when I say tell me what it looks like, this is your creative license. Do
right.
whatever you want.
Fantastic. All right. So after Rizia calls him over, he turns and then she goes in with Herka. Tell us what your swing looked like first, Rizia.
She would go after, just based on her role, she would go after his upper thigh.
Fantastic. Okay. So you see Rizia, and you've got an axe, right?
Great axe, yes, I do.
Yep, great axe. You see Rizia, and she takes her great axe into the thigh of this bugbear. And with that, the bugbear bends over slightly. And with me on the side of it, I'm taking my axe at the same time and pulling it directly into his spine.
Yeah.
You can hear the bone crack.
Yes.
And you can see the blood spurt from the vein that Rizia cut.
Artery.
And you see him just crumple to the ground.
Glorious.
And then we epically high five. Blood squirting. We're like,
You
yeah!
slam your blades together in midair. Blood sprays off of the blades.
And as the creature's falling and we're taking our weapons out, we just turn and look with eyes darkened at the other two.
Yes.
Love it, love it, love it. Rizia
Yes.
and Taldar, eye to eye. Tell me, you don't get chills from that, viewers. You know you do.
100%. And kiss? Not yet. It's too soon. Too soon.
Too soon. Stop it.
We'll ship them later.
Yes, we can ship them later.
No, unless.
We'll throw Phelan in there for a third.
Thank you, Mikey B. I didn't see you earlier.
Take a kiss.
Same like you.
Not yet. Too soon. All right. Now, back to the battle cam. Phelan. This creature is in front of you.
Rizia.
He's already slammed his blade into you. What do you do?
Sorry, who are you talking to?
Phelan.
Failing.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think.
No,
what
I'm sorry,
to
Rizia.
do.
Don't get excited. He did not say. I'll stop there. Go ahead.
No, please do say it.
Freak. It's choosing between two different things. How close am I to Alora's body?
Yeah, you saw Alora fall in a spray of blood, and she's like 5 to 7 feet away. She's right here. She's so close to you. So you're here, Alora's here. But to make a move will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
I saw that, Patrick. Thank you so much, Patrick. Yeah, we did it earlier and we did it again. Absolutely amazing. Thank you.
He doesn't have a super high armor class.
What are you gonna do, Phelan? What are you gonna do, Phelan? Quick!
I'm trying!
Make a decision.
Phelan's...
5, 4, 3.
He's
Is he frozen with indecision?
He's gonna look back, look forward. Honestly, I recommend you run. As he's gonna turn and move towards Alora, pulling out one of his potions.
You move toward Alora. As you move toward Alora, you provoke an attack of opportunity. The DM, of course, because I have 2 more advantages. I did get rid of one of them earlier. I'm going to use one on this.
That makes sense. I mean, I would too.
And with that, we will end tonight and see what the DM
Wait, I didn't get my turn.
rolled.
That last hit was from last round. I didn't go yet this turn.
I was stopping in mid round, but I'll let you. So.
Oh, okay, that's okay. Mid round
No.
is fine.
But no. It's because I want to resolve the combat with Phelan next round. But I'll let you. We'll save that. You go ahead. What are you doing, Rizia?
Okay, I would like to attack that one. That's by Phelan, please.
All right. So.
Dude,
I will roll with advantage.
She's got a crit.
So you're gonna move across this way,
Yes.
and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's fine. Plenty of range.
Okay.
Yes, a crit.
Rolling at
That's-
advantage,
crit.
please.
Now, to be clear though, you guys lost initiative, so it's simultaneous action. He does what he does before you do
Yeah,
what you
that's
do.
fine.
Right.
That's
all right.
fine.
What'd you roll?
No. Plus, where's my plus?
Should be +7.
Oh, no, 17 exactly.
That is exact. Well, plus you're flanking, so it wouldn't matter. That's a hit.
Okay.
Roll damage.
Okay, roll damage, and it is a power attack, just to let you know.
Oh yeah.
Actually, no, you're not exactly flanking, but you would have hit anyway. You're kind of coming from the side, so. So this is Rizia here. This is our half-orc barbarian, and this is the bugbear that is not trapped. The lone remaining bugbear that is trapped sits back here, still entangled by Alora's entanglement spell here.
Okay, 19 points of damage. I have power attack.
Yeah, that makes
All right.
sense.
It's plus 12.
Oh yeah.
As you leap forward, you pull your axe back. Tell me where you wanted to hit him. I'll let you choose the spot.
I would like to hit him in between the ribs, please, if possible.
Possibly.
You pull your axe directly into the ribs. You split the bottom ribs. You feel it bite even as you see his axe cleave into Phelan, striking him in the shoulder, and we will resolve this combat next round. Now, we have
Tell me how much damage.
Hold on. Wait. But
I want to know.
I want to know!
we had, I believe, if I'm correct, Evelyn, we had 2 heals from the audience tonight.
Yes.
I had
Actually,
4? We
there
had
were 4. 3 paid for plus Thomas's channel points.
All right. So that is going to effectively kill the drama, but not in a bad way. But we will resolve the combat next round. We will honor every bit, every heal. Thank you to all of our fans. Thank you so much. You guys were amazing tonight. We did hit our 80. We were over 80 a couple of times. So we have 2 giveaways to do tonight. We're going to do the Tailspire giveaway first, and I'm going to send you the license as soon as the stream is over. You'll get it within minutes, and then we're going to do the dragon as well. But before I do that, I want to say thank you to my players. You guys are the best. You absolutely bring it every time, even when you're tired, even when you're working. We all have real life stuff, and sometimes real life is the biggest nemesis that we face in D&D. But you guys were absolutely amazing tonight. Josh, you only fell asleep 3 times tonight. That was not bad at all.
I wasn't tired. It's failing.
Vivi, you only made 47 innuendos tonight, which is below your normal level.
Dang it,
so
did I
that was
beat
not
her?
bad.
Okay, to be fair, we haven't streamed in a long time, so I have a lot of
Stored up innuendo. Exactly.
What?
It's been there.
It's pent up.
All right.
It's pent
so
up.
we're gonna do our stream MVP. You're gonna roll for the dragon. We'll do the Tailspire
Blue
giveaway
boxes.
absolutely free. But I have been gaming for far too long. I got to rush upstairs, use the restroom, and I will let you guys talk bad about me while I'm gone for just a couple of minutes, and I'll be right back down. We'll do our MVPs and our giveaways.
Okay, well, John is gone. Hurry up,
Indian
go,
potential is
get out of here.
palpable.
Does he even know what a bladder is and how to use it correctly?
He's old. Don't do that to him.
That's okay. I'll give you that.
I am on 3 HP.
Oh, you're going down.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I tried. and
Hey,
I
man,
rolled so pathetically low.
I get a +1 to hit, so it was either take a chance with just trying to hit it, or run to.
Actually,
Aurora,
had we
which that
known,
made more sense.
Had we known that Rizia was going to run too, it would have actually No, I agree.
Yep.
I agree. But the good news, we have good news here, because
Good
I'm
news,
currently
everyone.
sitting at 39 health out of 39. Why won't they hit me? I've tried.
It's like Brim. It's like
tried-
Brim. In the beginning, no one would hit him. He never got hit. It was always freaking Shorewin or poor.
Bless her heart.
What's your AC, Tell?
No, don't even say her name. Too
I'm
soon.
not-
my
I don't care
AC's
how
only
much
plus.
time has passed. It will always be too soon for me. It
My
doesn't
AC's
matter.
only 13.
I will be 100 years old.
Is it
and someone
always
will say
13 or
Millie, and I'll be
just
like,
'cause
too
you're raging?
soon.
It's because I'm raging. Yeah.
Hello, dear.
What is it normal?
Oh.
Like, he could easily take me out every time, but he goes for the clothies.
And that's why I tried to say, like, hey, come pick on somebody your own size.
Well, and that's why I tried to get in between Allura and him, and I wasn't allowed to. So,
But character backstory, she is going to, like, if she's going to run with Taldar. I told Terry that already. It's just part of her backstory. That's where she's going to go. I know I could easily go to the weaklings or the smaller ones.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, that's fine. It's
Hey.
fine. I'm doing my
AC is
best to
17.
chip away
Oh,
at them
nice.
with fire.
I will say, Taldar's seen some stuff in this fight. There's some RP that's going to have to happen.
I'm excited because
There-
next
there are
level
things-
I get 2d6 on all my
Nice.
bomb damage.
That's nice.
It goes up
Have
by
you
d6
relieved
every
yourself,
odd level.
John?
I am
Have you
relieved.
found relief?
I am relieved. Yes. All right.
Was it good? Was it a good time?
All right. So
It's real
nice.
I am so excited tonight. I'm so happy to have Greyhawk Awakening back. I missed all of you so much, and our fans were so great tonight. I'm going to go ahead and do about 10 seconds. It will have to be clipped off because it will definitely get banned by YouTube. But this is how I'm feeling tonight.
Tell me something good. Is this one of those old? Just kidding. I know who this is.
Do you?
I think so. Michael Jackson.
you?
We'll have to clip that out because that'll definitely get us banned on YouTube. But one of my favorites. All right.
This one of those old.
Glitter John. Unleash the funk. Yes, Wayne. Exactly. All right. So. First of all, the Tailspire license. This will not go to you, Sam. Sam is in London, and he said he already had a Tailspire license. I gave him, and Shav Hunter said it would melt his machine to the ground when he looked at specs. So I'm going to give him something different. So I'm going to get that for you, Sam. But for anyone else that has a halfway decent box, yes, you got an MJ Big Mac. Come on, everybody knows that. The giveaway tonight for... Hang on, pull up the Nightbot. And everyone type in the chat, very simply, ! Tailspire. Just like that. And while you're doing that, let's go around and tell me why you should be Stream MVP. And let's start with you, Rory, who is late. Late, you were late.
Hey, no one knows that except for why you? No one knew that.
Sorry.
Everybody knew that because on stream he said we were just waiting for you
we did.
before you came.
Okay, so I should be stream MVP. Sorry, my notes are over here. I'll look over here so I can look at you as I speak to you.
Yes, look at
I should be stream MVP because of my Discord interaction over the last couple of weeks. Go check it out. It's a good read. I should also be stream MVP because of the interaction RP with Taldar and the comment of belief and a lie. They go one with the other or hand in hand, I think is what I said. So perhaps he'll find out his beliefs are just a lie. Knowing we're walking into a trap, and then also being able to understand the battlefield to know that Phelan's in danger and taking a shot for whatever it's worth at that bugbear. Handling not one, but two things 4 times my height.
Yeah, well done. And by the way, even like some of the stuff like the roleplay chat, you know, this person that you're looking for, just because I don't respond, don't think I'm not reading and paying attention, right? So everything happens in its time. Naho, you were fantastic today. Well done, Rory. All right, so Tailspire, I'll give you 15 more seconds. Type Tailspire in the chat, and let me double check. Sometimes I see people are not listed as eligible, and I want to make sure everyone is eligible that should be. So I see Obsidian Risk, Pat, Draws, and 66, Phantom, Prometheus, Ranger, Renreb, Roger, Set Monkey, Jeff, which is Sieglin, Sparky, DM Quest, Tim,
Me?
Evie,
I did not. put
Van
in-
Wickman. Well, you're in, so whatever.
I didn't
those,
type anything.
Those are the only names I
too bad.
see. So anyone else, please type it in.
Interesting.
That is interesting. So I'll take you out.
Yes, take me out.
Ouch. Gosh,
You are
take her out.
Take
Take me out tonight.
Don't want to let you go till I see the light. You're like my Tuesday Chandler. Hang on here. So what is
You're choosing
Here we
Chandler.
go.
That's amazing. I love that. That's a great pun.
Okay, good. Now I've got
Gosh,
several
Caldor
more.
is so
Lord
cool.
Ford, love the healer, Iculus, go, yeah, geek. Now you're all in. There we go. Now I see all of you. Okay, here we go. For a free Tailspire license, they're $20. You know, not a ton, but it's still kind of
But
cool.
still,
Yeah, and
pretty epic.
Bouncy Rock is going to be a sponsor for us as soon as they go live.
Rock.
I talk to them all the time. Such good folks over there at Bouncy Rock, Tailspire folks. And we had a combination tonight again of Tailspire and the local tabletop stuff, which is kind of cool. All right, the winner is Zaratana. Let's go! I don't think he's ever won. I think I got to go back and look at my list. I think that's his first win here on Blue Box. Let me check. Control F on my spreadsheet.
Just remember, you have to be present to win.
Keep that man up in me.
Your existence is a present.
Are you present?
Your presence is an existence.
Are you present, Zarathanon? Oh, please tell me you are. I so want to give this to you. He's a sub. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna.
His Batman, Josh.
We'll see it. So anybody that knows him, please ping him. Tell him to jump in here. I'll give him a minute because he also helps us with our Discord. Just an amazing member of the community. So already did
apparently.
Yeah.
But
All right.
Zumba.
So he's got to just pop in and say, hey. All right. Now, while we're doing this, let's go to the rest of our possible stream MVPs. And now for the Dragon Mini. Let me go back to my Nightbot here and keyword now will be !dragon. No capitalization needed. And no Tiamat is not being given away today. !dragon in the chat. And I'll show you what you can get. This guy right here, which is actually, this is from you, Josh.
Yep.
This is part of the kit that I bought from you. Beautiful young black dragon. And this guy will make a fantastic addition to your miniatures. Be fun to paint. If you get these things and you paint them, please post them in our Discord. We want to see what you do with them because I know we've given away many minis. The terrain crate stuff I'm sending to you, Terry. If you paint anything, I want to see it in our Discord.
Oh, I plan on it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Awesome.
I actually plan on using it in the current. I have a
That song's stuck in my head
campaign
now.
right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't do socials. All right. So, yes.
Zaratha I was He is coming. He got the wife summons.
Zarathanon was detained.
He got the
He was
summons.
under arrest.
He got the summons.
He was caught with possession.
All right, so
He's
we've
being thrown in
already
jail.
gotten a Naho's recent. We've already got a Naho's reason to be stream MVP. I want to get everyone else, but quickly, let's go through socials, where we can find you, campaigns. Let's start with you, Josh. Talk to us about Children of Dirt and anything else like going on with your world.
Children of Dirt,
We got
homie
81
G's.
people watching, Josh. 81 people watching. Let's go.
81
84.
peeperonis watching this streameroni. So Monday nights at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, we have Children of Dirt, which is a semi-post-apocalyptic magic world. So magic has all but exploded, but in the places where magic congeals, crazy magic storms happen and random chaos crap can happen. But it's very Viking, very Castlevania, very Dark Souls, very The Witcher, all rolled up into one. They're still low levels. It's super cool. And then I'm starting a Wednesday night campaign here very soon. So I will have no time for anything.
Can you post that in the chat somewhere? Or Evelyn, have you already done that? I don't see it. Let's get a link to his channel.
I have the poll up right now, so I can't do that in chat.
I will find my.
Because it blocks the chat window.
Makes sense.
Okay, makes sense.
That makes technology.
So then you post it, Josh. That's your job. All right, let's go to you, Terry. Extinction Curse and all the stuff you're working on.
Not Extinction Curse anymore. We have made some adjustments. We do have a new stream starting up. We did a test stream last night. We're starting the Menace Under Otari, and it's a combination of a couple of regulars, i.e. Evelyn is it, and Time Lord's wife is in it, along with some people that I've recruited via
awesome.
the Paizo Discord and via Twitter. And it's a 5-person campaign. Again, Menace Under Otari, and it'll move into Troubles in Otari. Otari is a small village founded by adventurers 400 years ago, about 75 miles west of Absalon, which is a major city in Galarian.
Right.
And we're very excited about it. We got a hype train on a stream setup last night. Was not expecting that, but it was muchly appreciated.
That's this community. Yes, let's go.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I've already started talking to a couple of people about starting a second campaign. There's a new adventure path coming out. I actually receive it later this month. And so there should be a second campaign coming probably in middle of February. I don't have a night specified yet, but I'm very excited about that as well.
All right, so Terry, and if I'm saying something I shouldn't, forgive me, but Extinction Curse, I kind of liked. I was watching it a little bit and following it. So what was the transition?
We had some trouble getting people on consistently, and so because they're all friends, we kind of take a pause. A lot of them had some things going on in life, and so it was time we took a pause with them. And so I recruited and our Monday night is going to be a role play heavy campaign. I recruited very specifically role players for the campaign in all of my recruitment posts.
Love it. All right, awesome. Let's go to you, Evelyn. Why should the beautiful Elora be stream MVP?
Well, maybe she'll make it to level 2. Nice.
She's not dead. She's just unconscious. That's normal.
I mean, maybe she'll make it to level 2.
We'll bring back a really great set of twin characters.
I have now realized, John, you have killed every single one of my characters at least once except for Irda. Because Marthaliel died once and you brought her back because of roleplay. Literally every single one of my characters.
I forgot about Marthaliel. She did. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Every single one.
But not Irda.
Nope.
So just hang to that. Yeah, so tune in tomorrow night for TPKs and the subtle art of killing PCs.
Just remember this for tomorrow night. Okay, anyway. So I don't really know what to add for why she should be stream MVP. I had some stuff going on tonight. So but a little bit of RP, I guess, and then I gotta figure out what herb I found, and listening to the plants and the smell. I smelled things. I knew there was something up ahead.
Wait,
and my cool light effect for my spell, and my entangle, which at least helped with one of them. And yeah, I think that's it.
No, honestly,
that was huge though.
Tell me though, does Elora not have the cutest sort of endearing voice inflection of any player you've ever seen?
And then in a switch, she can be so
scary.
creepy.
I know, it's scary to me.
She's
I don't trust it.
entrancing, and then she's like, boom, I'm creepy. And you're like, oh.
Yeah,
she's like,
no, I don't like it.
Delightful and then deadly. No, she's been incredible.
It's the true balance of the druid.
I love her. Love her so much.
Terrifying.
Which druids in D&D are true what?
Neutral.
Evil.
True neutral. No, exactly. All right. Phelan, why should you be stream MVP?
Phelan should be stream MVP for hitting a creature tonight, cooking dinner, and also dealing damage that continues to deal damage. So that's pretty cool. He is about to go down, so he's kind of used to that with his line of work. But other than that, he is alive for now, and he's throwing bombs and making meals.
Flasks.
Making flasks.
We don't have bombs in
Making
D&D.
flasks.
We have alchemical flasks. This goes back to my dinosaur, sort of. I just want to make sure we stay in context. But yes, all right.
we have non-winged dragons at Screech.
The wingless
Amanda, the
dragons.
vote isn't up yet. That's why you're saying you can't vote.
No, it doesn't go to the last person, which is you, Rizia, right? So why should you be streaming?
No.
Oh no, Terry didn't go yet.
No, go ahead, Rizzy.
Taldar.
No, I don't. I heard too much from Terry tonight. I want to hear more from Terry. No, I'm kidding. No, go.
Terry's the best of us.
Terry, Taldar, why should you be stream MVP?
Taldar should be stream MVP for a variety of instances tonight. To begin with, he had the wonderful little bit of RP with Rizia as we were headed out on the road. We continued with RP with Anaho, where Anaho was finally told that obviously I'm not a leader, I'm Brim instead.
Mm-hmm.
He moved on.
Mm-hmm. It's coming. It's coming. We're coming to the same exact epping.
Then we get a little farther along, and he was the first one to notice that the body out there was a trap. It's a trap, and brought Rizzy in to discuss possible things that we can do, and then brought the wonderful Alora in to help us out as well. He also questioned and made the suggestion about using the little one as bait, though he didn't quite put it that way, so that we could flank around. Note on that, there may be some roleplay in the future, seeing what the little Anaho did. Quite interesting to Taldar. As the fight began, he jumps behind a tree and a boulder and prepares himself for battle. Why does he not go protect the other two? Because he's been in enough battles in his life, and he knows that with other footsteps coming, if he goes over there, he's just putting us all in a group for certain death. And so he spreads out, takes a lovely swing at the neck of the bugbear, and finishes him ever so delightfully. A little bit of blood never killed anybody. Moving on to the second bugbear, both him and Rizia decided it was time. Time for what? Time to crumple another bugbear. And with teamwork, barbarian teamwork of, what's the name of us now, Rizia?
Wonder Twin Powers activate.
What is our name? Oh yes, it is. What is it? Rizdar.
With the
That's
power
like
of Rizdar.
Yeah, Rizdar.
I feel new shirts coming.
We
New
took out
shirts
the
coming.
bugbear. And then with their dual eyesight, we struck fear into the last two bugbears, and that is why Taldar should be MVP.
I think that's a really, really compelling argument. By the way, we're at 93 viewers. We're so close. If we hit 100, which I would not expect because we're almost done, I'll do another giveaway. But thank you so much to everyone. So let's go quickly around the room. Exclamation point.
Rizia needs to go. You gotta let Rizia go.
No, because I know Rizzia's gonna win. If I let Rizia go, she will win. I already know.
No, that's not true.
No, I do know it's true. I can see the chat. All right, go ahead, Rizia.
Rizia should win stream MVP for a little bit of RP with everybody in the group. She was able to do some RP with Taldar, very important RP, seeing as he's the only one she seems to trust. And again with RP with Alora about checking her poisoned food, and with Phelan being like, sorry man, you came from a really shady place, and although you're cool, just got to make sure. As well as figuring out the little thingamajigger, figuring out that it's at time, it kind of times how long we have. With Alora, she tried to, I know that Taldar is really not trusting of a lot of people in this group, so she's trying to incorporate them in little ways so that Taldar can slowly trust other people. Hence why when Taldar looked to Rizia, she kind of said, hey, I think Alora can speak to plants, like let's bring her in too, kind of bringing them a little bit together. And then also not hitting on Taldar, as handsome as he is, always melons. And what else is there? I think that's it. Oh, and then just like, being covered in blood and Taldar so kindly letting me join in on his takedown of that one.
Yeah,
bugger.
that twin kill was epic.
Yes.
Well done. All right, so the chat is going to have the vote up now. You can vote for your stream MVP. Let me go quickly around the room and tell you who you're going to be rolling for. And so when you see your name pop up, don't get too excited initially. Let me see, Big Mac, I don't know why you were marked ineligible. I see these ineligible things happening here, so let me fix those. And yeah, okay. And
Because they're in Canada.
some are, yes.
Freaking Canadians.
Hi, Esther.
All right, here we go.
Hi, Astra. She is so.
Oh, hello, she's the most
Beautiful.
beautifulest.
I love
All right,
her.
here we go. The first winner, potential winner, which goes to you, Evelyn, is DeGriz602, brand new follower just 2 days ago. DeGriz602, are you still here? If you are, let us know. You must be. Yep, he's on. Awesome. All right, so Evelyn, you have to. Now he's not a
Bye,
sub.
Rory.
If anyone,
Rory.
bye, Rory.
Go in
Thank
there.
you.
Bye, Rory.
If
Love
anyone
you,
wants to
Rory.
give him a sub, we love you, Rory. You're the best, man. I'm gonna play your Blue Box RPG con thing here in just a moment. So,
for this person.
all right. So, DeGriz, if anyone wants to give him a sub, he'll get 2 die. But thank you so much. All right, and Josh, you're going to have. Oh, come on, Terry.
Yeah, Magic
Really? What is going on with Terry? All right. And then
If it's not Robert, it's
I know.
Terry.
I'm gonna roll
Metal dice or plastic?
I'm gonna roll for Rory. I've got Mike DM Dingbat. Let me write that down.
With
I've
the
got
good
Mike.
dice.
Oh.
I trust you.
Oh yeah, actually, my rolls have
And
been
then you,
spot on.
Rizia, you have Ian Cardman.
Yeah! Cardman!
Who is gonna get the Dragon Mini?
Pretty sure Laura's gonna win this one.
All right.
Is that? I just looked at
As
I need to go unconscious in games more often.
exactly. Okay. All right. So let's start off with you, Evelyn. Go ahead and roll.
I haven't been given anybody. I haven't been given anybody.
I don't trust you. I don't want you to roll.
I want to roll.
Really, you like the VV.
All right.
see it in
You
your
are
eyes.
rolling for Woden Emrys. Woden Emrys. Been following since August of last year, has never won. Woden, are you still here?
Woden, tell me you're here.
Woden, please tell me you're here.
I have some good dice tonight. I've been dicing
I
it up,
would
dog.
love to see you have a chance, Woden.
Come on,
Give
Woden,
you a couple
please.
of minutes. Come on, Woden, please.
Yeah!
Yes! Awesome. All right. So everyone is here. Let's start with you tonight, Evelyn.
All right, so rolling for DeGriz.
Oh no.
Here we go, DeGriz.
A 19.
Oh, another.
Oh my
Rocker.
God.
And that was rolled by
That was-
Esther, by the way.
Oh, let's
Ooh,
go.
good job, Esther. You got your mom's rolling
Runs
beans
the
over there.
family.
Man.
What stream
job, Esther.
MVP is Elora?
Yeah. Whoop,
Let's go. All right, go ahead, Josh.
I'm rolling for the Machikidi. I'm sorry, man.
No, I know.
No, I know.
No way. You're kidding.
No.
Put
What'd
that
you
face
roll?
away.
What'd you roll?
Serious?
What'd you roll?
No way.
What'd you roll?
First roll. The nat
Oh my
20.
gosh! All right, Machik, you have a 20 eclipsing. But that doesn't mean it's over yet. Go ahead,
No, it's not.
Terry.
Eclipsing.
All right, so can I? Oh, who's rolling?
I don't know.
Terry.
Doesn't matter. You can roll, Terry. Total eclipse of the.
All right, I'm rolling for Woden Emrys. Woden Emrys. Here we
Let's go,
baby.
Woden.
This is
Hey,
the one I got
Vancouver
a
by
20
night.
on tonight. I got a 20 on this one. I did not get a 20 that time. I got a 3.
All right, I'll let you go, Rizia. I'll go last. As I
Okay,
roll for
I'm
Mike.
rolling for Cardman.
Come
Let's
on,
go,
no, no, no.
Ian.
No.
Come on, Ian. She's got a 20 in her. I know she
I
does.
got a 19.
Oh,
Oh my gosh,
close.
the rolls
so
tonight.
close. All right, so here we go.
I don't think I've ever won one of these.
I don't want you to win for Terry.
I know, I feel bad, but at the same time, I don't think I've ever won for one of these.
All right, so here I go. I'm rolling, And this is for Mike, DM Dingbat.
Oh, DM Dingback. I'd be okay with that too.
Yeah, D&D back's amazing.
Oh, I can't see the guy here. Hang on.
It says double
This
natural
red
20s.
one is hard to read.
As he dons his glasses to read the math rock.
Terry won again. I am.
All right, wait a minute. Let me say something then. I will paint that on my stream now. That's going to be painted on my stream.
All
I'm
right.
going to do a mini painting.
So he'll get the
for it.
dragon, he'll paint it, and you're going to give it to who?
I'm going to use it as a giveaway on my
Right.
stream.
Giveaway
back
on
to
his
me.
stream, all right? So
I'm going to
check
win it
out.
as a giveaway.
All right, now thank you everyone. So tomorrow night, LMA, don't miss it. We're gonna have.
That's gonna be
we'll have they call me Tim will be on with us. We're gonna have Robert on with us. We're gonna have Chandler Markov is gonna be on with us, and we're gonna talk about TPKs and the subtle art of killing PCs. I'm getting better with that. I don't say players anymore. I say PCs. The subtle art of killing PCs. That will be tomorrow night. Don't miss it. Also, we have the charity stream with Lord Gazumba coming up in February for St. Jude's. It's going to be a fantastic charity. And then Blue Box Con. Let's leave with the Blue Box Con trailer one more time, and then we'll raid. You need to sign up. If you have not signed up, what is wrong with you? Sign up. Blue Box Con. Terry, tell them about it.
Make sure you come to Blue Box Con. You can be in one shots with Josh, with John, with Evelyn, with me, with Rory. You can do mini painting with Manda.
Robert.
It's going to be
Manda.
amazing. Robert's doing a one shot. We're going to have board games. We got Liar's Dice. We've got interviews. We've got everything. And let's be honest, we're really just there for the food truck.
I need a food truck. I'm going to be in John's kitchen.
On Sunday, if you
Food
had
truck
never,
as last
if you
year,
had
it was so
never
good.
been to a Ren Fair, which I had not ever been to one last year,
It's a
you
great
can
Ren
attend
Fair.
the Ren Fair with us, and it is simply amazing.
And look, I'm going to take it right now. The $5 you pay for a ticket, or the extra $5 you pay to be in. You think we're making money on this? Oh no!
Oh, they're making bank.
We are spending money. We're gonna treat you. We're gonna spoil you. Anyone that comes, you're gonna get amazing giveaways. That food truck alone, it's gonna rock. We got pizza coming on the first night. We got the big food truck coming on Saturday. Go ahead, Terry. Sorry.
And we have grilled kimchi cheese sandwiches. Of course.
I'm still supposed to get some French toast that I was promised last year.
It's gonna happen. French toast is in the mix for you. All right, so we're gonna raid.
John, can we do like a Blue Box mukbang? I'm just gonna take a stream time where anybody just wants to come and eat.
Yes, we should.
You don't understand, Vivi, how much I can eat. Like,
I don't think you can understand how much I can eat.
bring it.
All right,
Food
Vivi,
off.
And how
That's
much
what I
I
mean.
can cook.
Vivi,
Who wants
We can
to
out eat one another any day.
100%.
all right. We'll see.
Actually, Cowboy Hob just asked why we eat so many gummies, like gummy candies. I was like,
Oh, by the way,
just
one
'cause
more
something.
time. Can we give Cowboy Hob applause for this artwork? It is freaking amazing.
yes,
Bianca, you crushed it. Absolutely wonderful. Now, we're going to
freaking
raid
amazing.
in honor of Vivi. We're raiding tonight Vancouver by night. A little Canadian love.
heck yeah.
Vancouver by night.
Yay, Canadian. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I thought he was
Good
going to
group
say
over there.
we're rating a cooking show. So
We're supporting Canadians.
We are supporting the Canadians. Hang on, let me try again. The first time didn't
Okay.
seem to work. Start raid.
I have
There we
my
go.
tickets.
And should be hitting in 3, 2, 1. If you're not following, follow. If you're not sub. If your sub expired, resub, please. Blue Box, we love you. We'll see you tomorrow night for LMA. You guys are the best.
Bye.
Did the raid happen?
and this is where we wait for
Raid
it
now. No,
finish.
done. The raid has happened. I was a little better this time. It was close, but it was close, yeah.
Yay.
Oh, I know that map. I see the map.